Thank you. I appreciate that.
And she timed that right before the mics went hot.
Aww.
Sorry, let's try that again. Mike is always hot.
No, the moment's lost.
The moment's gone.
The moment's gone.
All right, welcome
I
to the
tried
race.
really hard to start with a good zinger.
Welcome to the
I know,
19th Minute
I'm so
Dinner
glad you
Table,
find me funny,
Episode
baby.
20.
Woo!
Deadlands Hell on Earth.
And we're only how many characters down?
Let's see, 4, 5,
I lost
6, 7.
How many times has
7
Ben died?
characters have died. In 20 episodes.
Alright.
That's actually below average for you.
This is below average for me in Deadlands.
Alright. So we're getting meat puppet.
Don't tempt him.
No, it's just a testament to our good playing.
That is it. Go us.
Testament to the good playing. You guys have only lost 7 characters.
Right.
To be fair, how many of these did Nick take out?
Nick is directly responsible for 4.
4.
Cheryl was
5?
responsible for me.
I was responsible for none of it.
That's why you're still murderer in the group chat.
Let's see.
That hurts my feelings, by the way. It's a good thing I can't see it.
Rat was Cheryl, then the rest of them was Nick.
Well, to be fair,
Oh
Nick
yeah.
was provoked
Cheryl
by
did kill yours,
Cheryl.
so I did plus 4.
Yeah, you don't get credit for mine. I don't think you get credit for Ash's death either. I think that goes to the automatons.
Yeah, that one goes strictly to me.
So,
So then I only had 3 then.
so then when last we left, it was time to loot, from what I remember.
Yes, let me pull up the map.
Oh, and I guess a strange bald guy with lightning tattoos was treating you.
She really wants to go visit other people.
Other Ben? You can be Ben also.
Of course, I took all my note cards out.
Been to Electric Boogaloo.
My brother is Uncle also.
We will put meat
Because we have
puppet on
Uncle. That's
backside
what my
of
younger brother's called.
Paralyzer.
And he's like,
All
I'm
right.
Uncle too. And I'm like, T-O-O though. Like,
over here.
Uncle also. So, Uncle also.
Oh,
Oh, don't.
I wasn't even trying to do that.
Oh my.
what was going on?
He was streaming us.
I shared the post,
Oh, and it hopped right into the
and
stream.
it hopped right into it.
Oh God, what would the feedback be like on that?
Not
Wonderful.
terrible.
Oh yeah, because I shot the things with
Yes.
my gun, which I'm really good at, by the way.
At this point, the sun is starting to rise.
Start looking through combine bodies
No, leave your bed
for
on.
non-combine things.
Without
All
touching
right.
the compound.
Without touching the combine things.
So that
this
would be
tractor
a
or truck.
So the truck is pretty obvious. This one appears to be just like a normal, we'll call it Ford pickup truck. The one up here to the north,
Wait, are you getting paid by Ford?
no. I
That'd
wish
be
they'd
nice.
pay me. I wonder if they. I don't think Ford would promote a stream like this though. It would be nice, especially if they give us all cars and everything.
You never know.
Ford, if you're watching.
Hey Ford.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's a Subarashi.
No, it's actually one of the Black Hat's custom builds.
I really enjoy their Silverados.
Isn't that Chevrolet?
Yeah.
Well, that blows any
You
deal we
just
just
fucking
had
cost us
with
a sponsor.
Ford.
Jesus.
Yes, for the troll. For the troll.
Can I see the picture?
All right, so that's going to be a scrounge and roll for anybody who's going to be poking through stuff.
I'll scrounge.
To the south,
Yeah,
you guys
I'm just gonna
notice that there
scrounge.
is a bald guy who is treating the Reverend.
I'm gonna go up to the bald guy after I'm done searching with a 4.
I think I'm gonna go up to the Reverend and the bald guy as soon as I've got my first hat.
Hey, there's more veggies here, bud.
Okay. So you make your way on down.
Hey, bite.
Just say, oh hey Reverend, if you want to use one of those guns, you need one of these, and put it on your head.
Chance. That's the 4th.
Ace you've rolled
Yes. We're at 28 on that scrounge check.
on 1d6.
2. The first one didn't
On
explode.
2d6. Not bad. Not bad. What did Susan get, Cheryl?
4.
Not so good. You know that this gun is good.
Because you used it.
The truck is pretty obviously good. And as you go through the rest of it, you quickly discover that she discovered the only salvageable stuff just by
I would just like to know that I found that on a floor, by the way.
No, of course she found it. She's the one who taught me everything I know. Like,
I love that he remembers that.
having the cheese right in front of me is a bad idea. I'm just gonna munch it all.
It's totally not why they did that.
All right.
So we got a
you
truck
guys
with
are-
a heavy machine gun.
Yep. It's a medium-duty pickup truck, and it's got an M2 HB, and there are 22 rounds left, 50 caliber.
22?
Yep.
It shoots bursts of 3.
Yep.
Is the other
There's 22 left in the belt.
is the ammo from the other gun able to be
So
Is
gotten?
that not poor design?
Belts
How
come
many-
in belts of 100.
Again, poor design.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was done by the army.
99? Or 103? Or 103?
102.
The math teacher, ladies and gentlemen.
102. The math teacher can't get the math right.
You know what? I don't teach people how to count.
I mean,
Again,
don't you remember the trick for dividing by 3? If you add up all the numbers and it's
Yeah, it was done by
divisible by
the
3, then it's divisible.
99?
No.
Same with 9.
Yep. That's
What is
the
that?
only the rule for 3 and 9.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
Kick the camera over.
Yay!
There we go. Now people can see us.
You don't need to look at us. We're not that pretty.
I don't know
Speak
about
for yourself.
You, but bed none there is gorgeous.
Hey.
Single and ready to mingle. Last
Oh,
night.
jeez.
Yeah.
I don't.
If you need his phone number, just ping the chat. We can give it to you.
I swear to God, if I start getting random calls from people.
Yes, and knowing the internet, they will all be dudes.
I mean, that's not really a problem.
Well, yeah, with you, I
Depends.
guess it is. So, this is one case where dudes
depends.
pretending to be women on the internet and hitting on you. It works out.
Not really, because you know you still want to you want to
kinda
know
wanna
what you're
know.
going for.
You don't
here.
want false advertising.
Okay.
Catfish is only good battered and deep fried.
Exactly. Maybe it strips.
But
So all you have to do is strip for him.
Oh Jesus!
all right.
All right.
So
I love having an
back to
audience.
Deadlands.
FYI. Like I went from hating the audience to I have thoroughly embraced them.
You're a
You're an extension of my family almost.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the very screwed up family.
Welcome to hell.
We're not talking about you, Demetrius. You are perfect.
Is there
Although that's
a way we can
preaching.
safely detonate the Combine stuff so if they come back and try to get their own gear, it's ruined?
Let's have the preacher dude touch him.
There's too many jokes.
With a,
Let's hear one, Ben.
I would say with a tinker and roll. It's going to be a hard one.
No, I'm not gonna risk it.
Well,
Like-
how about this? I guess with my machetes, I've cut off a few arms and legs of Combine people.
Sure.
If we take an arm that is no longer connected to a head with a brain chip in it and throw it at the enemy rifles, does the touch of that set them off?
Nope.
Because there's no pulse.
Interesting.
We don't have.
So the way
do we
that their
have about-
weapons work, it's got a chip that actually detects a living creature.
Okay, we don't know how it
If we
detects a living creature.
touch it at all, it explodes.
It'll
right?
go boom.
Okay. What can we, with those arms, like sweep them into a pile and set them on fire?
You got a thermite grenade?
Nope.
We could still light a fire on them.
Well, regular fire is not going to cut it.
I don't want to destroy
Wait,
them, but
who's
like
the
if they're
new guy?
burnt.
I'm just sitting here just concentrating
Yeah.
on the preacher.
Right. We're discussing disposing of this, and I'm like, all
And the
right,
preacher's
Simon,
being
you can
healed.
get in the truck. We got to ride to get out of here. Who's the new guy?
Oh, I said after I searched, I wanted to go see the new guy.
Right. We,
I thought
Yeah,
we
but
glossed
you
over
guys are
that.
still
You're
poking around with
searching.
that. Because there's a lot of stuff to search through. D, what's wrong, buddy?
His hamburger's on the table. You singing now?
He wants us.
you want a clementine? I know those corn's so good. So yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Alright, so
Yummy,
we've
yummy,
got
yummy, yummy, yummy.
Dungaree, who's walked down to the Reverend, and the bald guy. While everybody else was searching.
I forget. Am I conscious yet? Or
Yeah, you're
Yes,
conscious.
you're conscious.
And you're no longer bleeding. I haven't healed
Yeah.
you yet.
No, right. That's just yeah. Okay.
He just stopped the bleeding.
That's good.
Yep, I'm in process of concentrating to stop the bleeding as Dungaree Dave comes down.
Mama.
Yep. And slaps the black cat on your head.
Mommy's
I
gonna
checked
get you
everything, and
clementine.
then I'm getting Simon loaded into the truck.
I'd knock it off real quick. Just shake my head at
He
you.
is more than happy.
Alright.
He is more than happy to climb up in.
Alright. Well, I guess
Let
that
me
means
call
3 black
Clementine.
cats for me. I think it's only fair to keep the ones I kill.
What are you keeping?
Oh, the 3 black cats of the black cats I killed?
The what? I'm sorry.
They're hats
Oh.
from the 3 I killed. So
The
now
way
I'm
he's
wearing
looking
3
at
black hats, one on top of another.
Looks kind of silly.
It does. I will not doubt.
Can't take him anywhere.
Nope. So Nathan added a new function. Just to show you guys, you got the king. You've got the... Hey, what's that?
Oh, is that what you can put it for
And
a
then the
quest
alert-
giver?
Yep.
Alert pings. The danger one's going to be used a lot when it comes to the player's toolkit.
Like we could put those down?
Not yet.
I know not yet because we
Soon.
don't have
Maybe.
But
That
I'm
aspect.
sure that if Nathan is watching, which I don't think he is at the moment.
Nathan.
Yes, I'd like
Your
hotkey
favorite
G,
person's wife is talking.
drag up, alert ping. Be like, hey, danger, danger.
Alright, so let's try and get back to this here. We've got the 3 folks down there while the 2 are loading the Templar, or loading Simon and Litnikov. And a very unhappy 1-year-old.
Who is only
He wants a
there.
clementine.
You alright there,
Bro.
Reverend?
Doing better now. I didn't catch her name.
And I'm still
He
concentrating.
looks like he's really constipated at the moment.
I just let him do what he's doing because the bleeding
Yeah, because
stopped.
there's this ghostly energy that's flowing from him to you.
Yeah, I just kind of.
Can I make like an academia cult
Yeah.
to see if I know what he's doing?
The cult,
Because like maybe he's sucking his soul.
it's not a bad guess. That's a 10
You already
for me.
missed your check,
Yeah, I missed my check. I can't do it again.
so you can't do it again. A 1? Oh, a 10? Okay. 5. Yeah, both of you recognize that he's a psyker and he's probably healing the Reverend. Or at least as close to healing as they can get.
Okay.
That's a clementine. Also known as a cutie. Can you say cutie?
Okay.
Cutie. You're a cutie.
All right. Well,
You're a cutie.
And then after the
Mommy's
rest of the
favorite
duration
cutie.
for the just removing one and stopping the bleeding,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of not necessarily like snap out of it, but kind of like focus up a little bit.
well,
Sorry about your stuff. I almost took it.
I appreciate you helping me there. I was. I thought I was going to go
Don't you
go to
know
the
we're
great
not
place
allowed to
beyond
play
there for a
with
second.
I got
You been to Banshee?
talking to.
What's Banshee?
Notice I don't have mine over here.
Talking about heaven.
Because it's charging.
I'll tell you when you're older.
How old are you? Can't be much older than.
Physical age may not mean the same.
I've spoken
As
to a
experience.
god.
Well, I've been there ain't no God.
Oh. Well, son, let me tell you about the good word. And then I'll just open up my Bible and start reading from page 1.
In the beginning.
Oh boy.
Don't ask me to quote a
The
Bible verse
Reverend
either.
has gone into preaching mode.
Is Simon loaded up in the truck?
Simon is loaded.
Can I go down there and kind of just start shooing the Reverend up to the truck?
And this is where I will go. Who's the new guy?
I don't know. I didn't get his name.
Oh, you stopped preaching?
Yeah, because you're ushering me up. You're fine. We'll go do what you want to do. I can tell him about it on the right.
The dude with the glowing sword as bright as the sun is like, who's the new guy?
I don't know, but he saved me.
Templars. You must be the one that's in charge?
That would be Simon, the Grand Master of the Templar Order. We're on a mission to Junkyard. Did you help? Did he help?
He stopped me from dying.
I would say.
Again?
Shut up.
Oh my goodness, you are hungry for those clementines.
This idiot didn't try to handle the weaponry.
Yeah. Don't grab black hat weapons. It was,
Momentary lapse of judgment.
That happens.
Not to me, but I've heard it happens
I look to
some.
Simon.
He's looking pretty ragged at the moment.
Alright, we need to get going to Junkyard. You're welcome to come along since you helped.
Has it been... When did I lay on hand Simon last?
It's been a couple of days.
Which way were you going?
Because we had traveled for like 3 days before this event happened.
Well, I've been following this group of black hats for a while, trying to pick them off one by one.
We got them all.
They were...
probably hunting us.
They've been hunting us since the airship.
Which way?
Airship?
Yes, the
We had
Junkers
an
have an airship.
They had an airship.
But we don't know if it got destroyed. We never saw it go down.
Yeah, but there was plenty of raptors around it.
But Junkers do what Junkers do.
I mean, fair.
We didn't see a earth-shattering kaboom, which makes me think that it's still alive, because when Junker's stuff goes sideways, it's an earth-shattering kaboom.
Fair. Never met a junker. Oh no, what?
You knew one.
You knew Rat.
No, I'm still out of it from the injury.
Yeah. But, alright. Who's driving?
I love that you knew he knew
I
Rat.
say, these black hats have any armor?
Yeah, they're all wearing Kevlar.
Is the Kevlar salvageable?
I'll just huck one off and throw it on.
Because, what's Kevlar give?
AV2 to the guts.
Can I wear that with my armored duster?
Yep, because your armor duster doesn't provide actual armor.
And you said Kevlar.
How many sets of Kevlar can we salvage? After people have
Let's
taken
see.
3?
I'll
You're
take
taking one, so 4. You're taking one, 5.
8, 9, 10.
It's
Total
a
of
what?
10.
Total of 10, so 5 extra. Because that is...
Everybody else has stepped on my feet and the upper parts of my legs. Little man likes to climb and he climbs up
What did you say it is? Kevlar is...
Kevlar, it's AV2 to the guts.
Yep.
Which I can wear that over my boiled.
Indeed.
Yay!
So I just want to make sure I'm allowed to wear everything. I have an armored duster, motorcycle helmet, boots, and Kevlar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing's stacking.
Just making sure.
Alright, load up. Who's driving? Who wants to be on the machine gun?
Not it. I'm not shooting one of their guns yet.
I'll just jump up there and just mount myself right behind the machine gun.
D&D.
Do you know how to use it?
Do I know how to use it?
Yes. Do you know how to use it?
I'm just gonna pop off a 3-shot burst out into the distance.
Okay, if you're gonna waste ammo, you can walk.
Board form.
We're now down to 19 bullets in that gun.
Right. Yeah.
What did he shoot? I'm sorry.
The machine gun.
At...
Nothing. He just proved that he knows how to pull the trigger. Congratulations, you know how to pull the trigger. Waste ammo, you're off the gun.
Jesus, cut him some slack. He saved my life.
Yes, he did that well, but he just wasted 3 bullets. We're...
Yeah.
The Reverend just sighs and shakes his head and
What size is it?
just falls
50
into the bed of the
50
truck
cal.
and lays down.
The thing is, we might need those 3 bullets if the Combine comes after us again.
Drive fast then.
Who's driving?
Not me. I'm in no shape to drive.
I can drive light vehicles.
So can I. That's what this is. Does Blitnikov know how to drive?
No.
Okay. Am I driving or are you driving?
Oh, wow.
I have 1D.
I have 2d12.
Gee.
What else you got?
It's okay, man.
All right.
Are you ready to get out?
Everybody load up. Let's hold on.
All right.
Hey, Jane. Can you take this?
For dear
Yeah.
life.
Okay, you guys want to see something fun?
That's a 21
No, let
driving
him get
check.
down by himself.
Okay.
Come on. You ready?
Just he'll turn around.
Mexican.
Look at that! Little
That is-
spider monkey.
That was
do it.
Blitnikov around
You're
Simon's age.
There you go.
He's older than Simon.
Good
Okay.
job.
Huh. So he would have been around when there were tons of people driving.
Oh,
then, but he
did
just
you hit
doesn't
your head?
never
It
learned.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he just never learned.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Blitnikov and Simon up front with me, everybody else piled in the back.
Okay.
Will it
I don't think
fit
this
all
is
of us?
a 2-row seat truck, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Extended cab
Extended cab, extended bed.
with suicide doors.
I don't want suicide doors. I want them to open the right way.
What are suicide doors?
Yeah.
They
They
open
open
backwards.
backwards.
So like,
They open like a butterfly. Kind of.
Instead of like this, it'll go like that.
Okay.
you ready for bed? Okay, take over.
Okay. So, after about
All right.
5 minutes of driving,
Chips.
well, not even 5 minutes, you notice that the road
Night, night, Daddy.
suddenly becomes well paved.
Are you sure it's not freezing?
Okay.
Has freshly painted lines on it, like within the past year, freshly painted.
Nice.
And then you roll up on a large armored personnel carrier parked across the road.
Oh.
Across the side of it, it has the letters JM,
That's pretty dark.
and you see some armed men. They are not dressed as black hats.
Okay.
One of them
Well, I
He's
come
walking
in
forward
this
towards you, and he's holding up his hand.
woke up, and
I
started
turn
to
on
do
the-
bus that I picked up.
I'm
And
gonna
As it's-
stop the
one
car.
little miners.
Um,
One was real
the guns on the
hard to
APC are pointed in your guys' direction.
Yep.
They began
Hands off weapons, people.
And then the big one would come
And the
out.
one who held his hand up comes walking up. You guys notice he's got a couple of chevrons on his shoulder,
I mean,
wearing a helmet,
oh, I was getting mad. I
got a
forgot
very
what to do,
nicely cleaned
And I just,
uh,
I was getting
M21.
pissed off, so it was best for me to just talk.
the Northern Alliance rifle.
So would I know his rank? With my
Yeah,
professional
you would know it
soldier?
right off the top.
Okay.
He's a corporal. And he comes walking up to the driver's window.
I'm over there where I live.
Motions for you to roll it down.
Roll down.
What's your business in the junkyard protected zone?
Bringing the Templars to the meeting of Junkyard. We got waylaid off of Skyjacker 1.
Sky Raider.
Sky Raider.
Skyjacker.
No, that's what I call it. I call it Skyjacker 1.
Because you want a jacket.
Combine's been chasing us. We just fended them off, confiscated this vehicle, and are heading to the meeting.
That was you guys?
Simon.
We heard a fight, but we didn't know who it was. We figured it was just some road gangers, and nobody passed through, so figured they were jumping somebody coming in.
No, pilot Combine.
Tried to jump us.
Ooh, I wish I'd known. We'd have come and help.
Where'd you put his tray?
Oh, it's over on the freezer.
Well, after they got
I didn't want to spill it.
taken out,
We didn't take any casualties from it, so we're good.
Well, that's good.
fixed dinner.
Wait, you said you're the Templars?
I looked down at my tabard.
And he looks in, looks over at Simon, then he looks at Belitnikov, and he looks up in the back and says, "Whew, boy, are the higher ups going to be happy to hear you guys survived. They all thought y'all were dead. Hold on, I'll get you an escort into the city." He immediately gets on the radio, back and forth, letting people know that, hey, you guys are actually alive, and you made it here safely. Simon is kind of scowling.
Armin is feeling a bit sheepish.
The Reverend is just kind of sleeping off some of the wounds he has.
Because Armin has a concealable headset radio that he has on that he never turned on.
You wouldn't be able to hear him anyway because they're on an encrypted channel.
Didn't know that, but he was like, we'll get on the radio. And he's like, oh, I have one of
have gotten on there and called for help?
Yep.
I'm kind of just
Little man talking long and clean.
scowling at the corporal a little bit. Just not necessarily like a disgusted look, but a like.
After a few minutes, a couple of Humvees pull up,
I'm at the
and the corporal's like, well, we got you an escort. Y'all can either ride in the Hummers and we'll get your beaver up there, or you can just drive and follow him. It's 75 miles from here to Junkyard.
I look to Simon to what he wants to do.
He just shrugs.
Where's your broom?
As long as we get there.
We'll drive.
Excellent.
Hold on. Do they have better vehicles?
They have crisp and clean Humvees.
And we're kind of crowded in here, right?
Yeah, you guys are all crowded
so
in the
if
back.
anybody wanted to get into
I
that.
will go and get in the other vehicle.
Okay. Anybody else?
The Reverend will go, but he asks, what's your name again, Cheryl? Susan?
Susan.
Susan to help him get out of the back of the truck.
Oh. Would Susan lay on hands at that point?
I can lay hands on him. I have to touch where you're wounded.
9.
No, wait, you do now?
That's a 18.
Okay, so that drops
Down by one and everything.
green,
Demetrius.
and then he. Where's that?
Demetrius.
Anybody else wounded?
No, none of us were that stupid. Just make sure you feel it then.
Fine, I'm just gonna go home.
Will
Oh, my
Dennis
safe
lay on
space.
hands on him too?
Say that again.
Dennis?
Can we put those
Yeah, Dennis will lay hands.
put it back in?
I'm not gonna ask Simon because Simon's wrecked right now, but I'll.
Takes it down to a yeller at the highest.
Yeah, you
line
guys
on the
walked a
lake.
couple 100 miles over the course of a few days.
So yeller is a.
Dennis did not succeed.
What'd you make?
Take a night.
Okay, Dennis didn't succeed. I did succeed, so you go down by another one.
Okay.
That might be-
Yeah, so it's still a yellow
Don't
to
revenge
green.
your friend.
Yep,
Yellow to white.
yep. But at least you're mildly wounded now.
Yeah, well, I look
Nope,
much
can't
better.
come to Daddy.
And
He's
you
like,
hopefully
I know
learned your
Mom's gonna
lesson.
hit me.
Oh yeah, never pick up a black hat weapon.
But at this point,
These guys are as bad as the little short dude.
I'm feeling slightly protective of Simon, so I want to keep him.
Yeah.
I think I just broke one.
And I'll ask you to stick around since you know how to use the gun.
Yep, and
Just
I was
in
kind
case.
of
But
kick
you
back in the bed of the truck and kind of just
Yeah, it's these little
hang out.
bits right here.
Okay.
But I'm going to be on the passenger side of the bed so I can see the driver.
that'll work.
Well, you on the passenger side.
be
of the
worried
bed,
about the driver.
or the driver's side of the bed. And
You and me are the only ones with like any sort of actual ranged arsenal.
Yeah, you guys are the only.
Because
Oh,
I've
well, I did.
Because you'll be able to see full clear that way, and I'll be
Yep.
able to see
Okay, now I
basically your blind spot.
Yep.
so I don't have to do that when
yeah, just keep a lookout generally.
yeah.
All right.
So
So
the one across the bridge over there.
let me bring up my adventure
Look
here.
around these guys that got them seeing me.
Pardon me.
Man,
Adventure.
that's,
And the night of tomorrow.
So you guys get a ride in, and as you're approaching Junkyard, once the city comes into view, as you're cresting a rise a few miles outside of town and looking down into the valley, those of you old enough to remember the before time, Junkyard, which was part of Salt Lake, was on a flat plain. Now it rests lower. No less than 6 bombs struck Salt Lake.
Oh,
yeah, that's fine.
Junkyard survived because of the shield. Hellstrom Industries had built a large ghost steel, basically dome right over top of Junkyard back in the mid 80s, 1980s. Now you can see the tops of the buildings because it looks like they removed chunks of the. They took out all the upper section of the dome and have built a large wall surrounding Junkyard, with Junkyard's backed right up against the Wasatch Mountains. So they don't have to protect on that side. And then on the other side, they've got 2 walls, an outer wall and an inner wall. with the inner wall holding the city itself. The outer wall looks like a tent city. There's a bazaar that you can see from here, all kinds of stuff. And it looks like the line to get in is between 2 and 3 miles long.
We're skipping that line, right?
Yep, they drive you right past that entire line, right up to the gates.
So it looks like a standard fortified city with refugee camp kind of
Yep,
deal.
but this is easily the largest city that any of you have ever seen since the bombs fell that is actually populated.
Wow.
It looks like there's several thousand people just in the outer wall.
Yeah, I mean, definitely bigger than Houston.
Oh yeah, well Houston's a glowing mess.
Yep.
Once you get to the
past the line, I will wave to people like the Queen.
yeah, lots of people don't look happy.
And I'm just kind of just chilling back, shooting him in the side eye.
Once you get up to the first gate, you guys can hear lots of very creative and vocal complaints. And you guys are guided through the gate. And they continue driving. You drive past this huge building, ramshackle building. Looks like there might be some kind of odd auction or something going on in there. You see lots of the mad scientist looking types wandering around that portion. And another line of people waiting at a smaller building outside with bags of stuff. They take you to the inner gates, and once you get there, the driver dismounts. He's like, okay, we need everybody out. We got to do a quick search.
I'll go ahead and get out then.
All right.
And they ask you guys in your vehicle to go ahead and dismount.
Yep.
And somebody comes out from the inner gate, and the place that you're actually at, you drove in through a set of gates at the inner wall, and you're in what can only be described as a kill zone.
Nice.
You got a gate in front of you, you got a gate behind you, both are solid ghost steel, and then you got guards up above you with weapons trained down.
What side of heavy weaponry they got mounted up there?
A couple of big machine guns and what look to only be crew-served flamethrowers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right.
No, I need you.
Oh. And I'm going to have to step away for just a moment.
Okay.
Apparently, somebody is being difficult.
Good luck.
All I know is that right now I want to get out in this city and see if they've got 20mm grenades.
Well, this would be the place for them.
Yep. Because I have a weapon that needs them.
This character also took gunsmithing.
Nice.
Well, I guess, yeah, for a soldier.
I need to
that
learn how to
makes
shoot a
some
gun
sense.
better. Or more guns.
Let's see. Right now I have all of the guns at 48.
It's not bad.
That's only just a little bit better than me. 5d6.
Nice. Next goal for Armin is mean up to D8 or D6s, and then drive in
Mean. 1d4.
44 currently, but I like
My
D6s.
character's
better
also a
than
dick.
D4. Well, you just play to your strengths. Then after that, I'm getting drive-in 3 and motorcycle specialization since we own motorcycles.
Well, currently.
For now.
Right. And then I want to find a teacher to teach me forensics.
Alright.
Get my faith up to 5. Survival highway, and then bump survival from 2 to 3.
Alright.
Smarts to a D8, and then
Every time she was trying to
You're
put
playing
him
for
on
a long while.
the changing table, he'd arc his back so he'd keep his feet behind him so he couldn't land down.
oh, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Preventing himself from being laid on the changing table.
that's always fun.
You should see me wrestle him when I to get him down before the changing.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's worse than wrestling a steer. I'd rather wrestle a steer.
Alright, so
Search time.
He's horrible.
One guy comes walking out, and he's got this strange thing. Everybody who's seen Ghostbusters, it looks like a PKE meter. Is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
And they wave it over each of you, and it doesn't make any noises or do anything weird. The guard nods, and your driver says, "Okay, everybody back in."
I get back in and ask him what was that all about, if you can say.
Searching for cyborgs.
Ah,
The Combine tries to sneak infiltrators in every once in a while.
Bastards. Now we know you're not an evil robot.
I made him sit in the chair with me.
So like what they did to Winnie.
He didn't
Yeah.
like that too much. 'Cause he wouldn't
Yeah,
sit
had that
there.
cyborg survived, they would have found her here.
I got a wire that
Or
goes
him, because it was a guy.
like
And then we've been accused of
it goes in front of
smuggling
you.
them
You guys are issued week-long travel
Yeah,
passes.
it's a gate-like thing. You know, like a yard gate where you make them.
And your driver says these can all be renewed at the end of the week.
And he knows how to bend
You just got to make sure that
himself.
you swing by City Hall to renew them.
And he bends
That's
himself
saying that
back
they don't
and
renew
gets
them for
in
you
that
automatically.
fireplace.
Depends on how long these talks go on.
Right.
And I'm afraid he's going to get hurt.
From there, you guys are driven into Junkyard. And as soon as you drive through the inner gate, it's kind of hard to see the Metropolis because about 3 stories up, you've got the steel sky. And what the steel sky is, it's a bunch of pipes and wiring and conduit and all kinds of stuff that is just completely blocking out the sky.
Not too scenic.
Not really, no. And it's all about 30 feet up. A lot of it looks... I mean, there's some newer stuff, like from just before the war. But there's also stuff that looks like it may have been there since the 1800s when Junkyard was founded.
if it works and doesn't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, pardon me.
Some of it's probably made of asbestos, but
You're driven through town.
probably not as bad as Ghost
The
Rider.
one thing you notice is as soon as you get into the inner city, you guys have 2 APCs that pick up with you. And as you get closer to town hall, crowds are getting thick. And guys up on top with the mounted machine guns are screaming at people to get out of the way. You've got the other militiamen in riot gear shoving people out of the way. It looks like there's some kind of protest going on.
I ask our
Can I
driver.
see what the signs are about, or hear what they're yelling?
So
You see that too?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
they
making sure
are
it wasn't in the
basically. Let me bring up my.
Are they protesting or they waved like the Queen?
No, they're not protesting you waving like the Queen. They are, however, protesting about the workers not having a fair part of the ownership in the workplaces. You were born after the war, so communism doesn't mean a whole lot to you.
Well, I was. Let's see. Now I was like about 10 when the war broke out.
Yeah, so communism still wouldn't
Mean a lot to me.
mean a whole lot to you.
I, on the other hand, was not born before the war broke out.
I, on the other hand, was not on the planet.
When they got home today,
Some of them
felt like it was gonna blow up.
are screaming out cries of taking back the power from the bourgeoisie establishment.
They already got one.
So there are some definite full-on communists out there. It ranges everything from like your typical
It's not like
union
what I had
guys
before.
to full-blown,
That I got
Crazy people.
hard with.
Marxism.
yeah,
Marxism.
Marxists.
Nice. I'm guessing my driver explains that when I ask him about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing
He
he's
told
not-
you it's known as the Workers' Alliance, and that they're nothing but a pain in the ass.
So,
So,
the
the
Reverend is
NWA.
about 30 years old. Would he have any knowledge of this?
A little bit.
So, just enough, but not okay.
We have what
Just
we
wondering.
had. This was very infectious.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed out much in the before time.
And
Finally,
Before time.
about 15 minutes of them weaving you in through the crowd
That would be enough to get us straight back.
is
That should be enough of that.
it gets you to the Junkyard Town Hall, which you can see that still has the sign for Hellstrom Industries plastered over the opening.
Oh yeah, not happy about that.
The sign isn't lit up, and you can tell that it's easily, I mean, looking up through the breaks in the steel sky, you can see that building goes way up. It was, you would guess that it was the tallest building you saw coming in from outside, and that would put it at about 150 feet tall, so it reaches well above the steel sky. Here in the area where they take you, there at the front doors, they've kind of cleared out. They've got the barriers pushed out, and they've got guards standing at the barriers, holding back the protesters, giving everybody about a 30-40 foot clearance from the protesters. And as you guys exit the vehicles, a tall, lean black man wearing a surprisingly well-preserved pair of jeans, a white shirt, and a tweed jacket hurries over towards you. There's a quartet of militia guards in tiger stripe camouflage that are flanking him. And as they approach, they glance at you guys, and then they immediately just... the best way to describe it is they completely write you off.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
they saw you, they took notice of you, and then they look beyond you.
You're gonna look over to Simon most likely.
They don't even, I mean, they just, same thing with him. They are immediately, looks like they're immediately looking for any threats.
Nice.
Flurkin, highly dangerous. Human.
Yeah. So, the guy who came up with them, the black man, his face is currently, as he's watching you guys dismount and come over to him, reflecting expressions of both relief and concern. He says, "Welcome to Junkyard. My name's Ike Taylor, and you guys are who I think you are."
I present to you Simon of the Templar Order.
Thank God. When the skyship returned without you folks on board, we'd given you up for lost. The Combine doesn't return its captives, or at least not without some piece of infernal machinery stuck in their heads. And after a day or two with no word, we assumed the worst. I even sent out couriers looking for your second, Simon. Joe, I think your name is, right? Anyway, when word came from the checkpoint that you'd made it through, I can't tell you how relieved we all were. Simon, you've become a living symbol of hope to a lot of folks these last few years. And that's why I feel that your support of this pact is so important. It will help rally the average person behind us. And God knows we need all the support we can get. You guys see Simon is listening to Ike's words with a very neutral expression. You guys can make scrutinize checks.
Yes, please.
They scrutinize. 7.
Going through that part of her life.
10.
A total of 1.
Nice.
He should.
9 for me.
You go for
And
-2.
somebody roll for Susan.
Oh, yeah.
He should.
Yeah, I got this.
I got 12.
Do you have the clueless disadvantage?
No, I just don't have anything scrutinized
2.
Okay.
because I follow my orders as given.
So Reverend
How much is he?
Eli and Armin, both of you notice with Simon that his body language is indicating that he doesn't quite buy Ike's speech.
That'll kill it every
Ike
time.
himself appears oblivious to Simon's lack of enthusiasm and continues on. Now, I understand you guys have been traveling all night, and I'll not keep you standing out here any longer. I expect you'd all like to get a bit of food in you, clean up, take a little rest before we try to get underway.
Yeah, I make almost 8.
Tomorrow afternoon, you'll have the opportunity to meet all the other members when we have our first sit-down. But I think you folks deserve a solid day of rest first. We've arranged rooms for you over at the Junkyard Hilton just a few blocks from here, and I'll have the drivers take you over there now. And if you'd like, that vehicle you guys brought with you, we'll get it taken care of and get it cleaned up and fueled up for you. That way when you guys are ready to leave, you'll have something to leave in.
Appreciate it.
That'll work.
Tune her out, refill the ammo belt.
Yeah. Who do we talk to about munitions?
$300 credit.
Those you'll have to buy. If you go back out the inner wall, you'll find the marketplace there.
Thank you.
You can find just about anything you want out there, but head to the exchange first and trade any salvage that you have for widgets.
What are widgets?
Oh, widgets? Oh, we're civilized here. We use an actual form of currency.
Come on.
So, it's definitely different than the trade we're used to.
And your widgets are good anywhere within 75 miles of Junkyard.
Oh, like where we were picked up.
Yep.
Are the guys from the airship still in town?
No. Captain Ironsides had to take the ship for repairs back at their airstrip.
Okay.
But he'll be happy to know you all survived.
I'm glad they made it.
Yeah, I would have liked to have heard the story of how they escaped.
From my understanding, once they realized Simon was no longer on the airship, they just abandoned their attack. Kind of surprising, but
Yeah.
We fought plenty of them on the road here.
Was there any word from a Templar named Winnie? Did she stay on board? Because we had an infiltrator. I'm trying to figure out when.
they found her dead on board.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's scary.
There you go.
Then the Combine still needs to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Damn evil robots.
None of these are Vanguard Elite.
Frickin'
All right, so you guys are taking over to the Junkyard Hilton. Oh, I'm sorry. The Steel Sky is 6 stories up, not
Okay.
3.
Okay.
And the Hilton itself occupies a full city block. You're taken in, and you kind of get the feeling of a pre-war luxury hotel. Hotel. You guys are each given your own rooms up on the 3rd floor with clean linens, towels, full-service maids, and there's even a lounge here complete with singer and cable TV.
The Reverend gets his first hot shower he's had in a while.
Only one channel, but cable TV nonetheless.
Wow.
I guess local news channel.
Yep.
Junkyard News Network.
The J and N.
It's the JYTV,
Oh, nice.
Junkyard Television. And when you turn it on right now, there is a kids show on.
I got 1 of 5.
What is the kid show?
Tappy the Toaster.
Is this something that was pre-war, or is this
Oh,
something?
no.
What is it?
Original junkyard programming.
Original Junkyard programming. Tappy the Toaster. It's an awakened toaster.
Oh, nice.
I really
Frickin' manatees.
That's weird.
Happy the toaster.
Hey, listen, when you start messing with shit like Ghost Rock, things get weird.
Right.
Yeah.
I asked Simon if there's anything that he needs me to look for at the market.
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna get some rest.
Knows what it's-
Ask Blitnikoff if there's anything he needs me to get for him at the market.
If you find any occult books, I doubt you will, but if you find any books on the occult, I will happily compensate you for them. I'm always looking
Your
for new
box,
information.
Skype box is right over my map. I can't see.
All right.
Huh?
So he's gonna head out to do some shopping.
Who's going with me?
I'll tag along with him.
I ask you to pick up some 9mm ammo for me. Or do we have any more?
I put out my hand for something that.
Yeah, if you guys got any junk you want to get rid of, now's
Yeah.
the time.
Like if you want me to pick you up something, you're gonna need to hand me something to trade for it to get some widgets.
I look at my bag and I'm like, I pull out 1 can of Dr. Pepper. I'm like,
Right.
that might be worth something.
Right here is one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you drank all the other sodas?
No, I still have 3 left.
Yeah, but we got a bunch of soda too that wasn't Dr. Pepper.
No, I gave mine to the
We gave him.
Yeah, we took the money, I think, didn't we? For my share of the actual Coke.
You,
Pops.
I think you left it for some people at. You
Oh,
left
that's
it
right,
for
yeah.
the people at the.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
a new red stick.
Yeah,
Red
the
stick.
red stick. I left half of mine for
Yeah.
them on that.
I just took the Dr. Pepper.
Yep. Oh, here's your character sheet back.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I suppose I'll head into this market as well, see what's going on.
Alright, so you're going to join Norman. What about the rest of you?
Do you need anything from the market?
The Reverend's going to take
So,
a nice
join Norman and
long
dress
shower.
Huh?
What's your name?
I haven't given my name yet.
Right. I'm gonna look. Do you got what's your name? Or what do you want me to call you?
New guy? FNG?
Yep.
No, man, I haven't been an FNG in a long time.
You're FNG to me.
You can call me Dreadshot.
Dread?
Well, if we're
Dreadshot.
going by nicknames, then you could call me Hammer.
If I had
Oh, we're
him.
using our made-up names.
That's
Yeah. We're using our made-up names.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Blitzkopf.
Is that your code name now?
That's what I'm calling you.
Okay.
We already have Blitnikov, and he's got the tattoos, so.
Fair. Yay, to the market we go.
What is Susan going to the market?
No, he left early himself last night.
I actually put my real character's name.
I will go just for the
on my character
Experience?
experience. I've not been to Junkyard before.
Nope. And it feels
78 years old.
very
sheet. Yes, that says Jason Horn.
claustrophobic compared to what you guys are used to. Because normally you're either out on the
It's been a
open,
while since I've seen it.
out in the open wilderness, or the towns are small enough that there's not a whole lot of people, like no more than a couple hundred. Here there are thousands of
I
people.
mean, it was nice when
Oh,
we
yeah.
first got together.
And while they still don't completely fill up what's left of Junkyard, it still feels very crowded. So you make your way over to the gate, you pass back through with no problems, and you head out towards the marketplace. So,
And I'm mainly going to be following behind them, mostly people watching.
I'm going to be falling behind him, falling behind,
I'm
Mostly-
walking with the group. I'm just mostly watching the people.
watching him.
Okay, what sorts of stuff do we see at this market?
well, the first place that you see is the exchange, which is that big building.
You stay down.
Okay.
Big line leading up to it.
Maybe not.
And the line actually seems to move fairly quickly. And there's a big sign that says, "Exchange your salvage here."
Do we have anything to exchange? Like,
I got a can of Dr. Pepper that he just gave me for some 9mm ammo.
but we haven't scrounged any other.
No.
By the way, it would have also been inferred you can use some of that money because it's probably
yeah.
going to give you a lot.
Yeah,
It is
I'm bringing with me
too-
some Cokes and Pepsis and
Bubbly
some
Fizz.
Sprites and stuff.
Bubbly
Bubbly Fizz, yes.
Bubbly fizz.
You've got bubbly fizz?
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Actually, it was delicious.
Fantastic.
It was addictive.
Well, I haven't developed a hankering yet.
There you go.
Yet
Maybe
being
some.
the operable word.
All right, so
So I can fix that.
My wind has all come back, yes?
yes,
I'm like, we've been more than 5 minutes.
Yes.
I'm the only one who isn't healed completely, but that's pretty
are,
normal.
have we been here a day yet?
No.
no, we've been here
You guys
less
just-
than a day.
Yeah, you healed me when we switched to the Humvee, remember? Oh, you weren't there.
I was.
She
in the
did,
room.
but I rolled it.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't help you. I sealed your wind to keep you from dying.
That's fine.
So you've got.
The River's just gonna, after he gets a shower, he's just gonna go out and look for someone else that can help him.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Can you
repository.
help me? Can you help me?
And the
No,
marketplace is
talk to
inside the inner wall.
You're gonna talk
That's
to me?
my bad. Nope, it's the outer wall.
Or something. Say, hey, listen. Front desk of the hotel.
As you're wandering through the market, since you guys don't really have any salvage to trade for widgets,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff is up for sale. You see junker weaponry, junker vehicles. You see some poor schmuck trying to offload a bass boat and trailer.
We just ran out of it.
We couldn't trade in a can of Dr. Pepper for widgets?
Yeah, you could.
Because we need to have widgets to buy stuff, right?
You can still trade
Oh,
if
okay.
people are willing to trade, yes.
Okay.
Lots of arms dealers.
Well, it's 8 o'clock for me.
And the one thing you guys don't notice
On the way.
is ammunition for sale. Unless it's like directly related to a junker weapon.
So I'm going to ask around for any ammo vendors.
Yeah, one
Message to lady.
one nice guy's like, oh yeah, you want Granny Smith's Arms Factory. She's inside, probably, she's on the west side of town, over near the old mining factory.
I can get the right thing for her.
Monopoly, huh?
Nope.
That's what I need at the moment, so that's where I'm heading.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and see if there's any bookshops.
Bookshops, books seem to be nowhere in sight.
Interesting.
It's a hodgepodge collection of lots of stuff, but ammo's definitely missing, like your standard ammunition. And as a matter of fact, standard weapons appear to be missing.
Now I'm gonna take tools.
And, like, doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of use for books here.
Interesting in the city of engineers and scientists.
Mad scientists.
Junkers.
Yeah, they don't do it
Typical
normally.
mad scientists. Think like typical movie mad scientist. You got a junker.
Okay.
Kind of.
Some of them.
You fool!
No, more of the talking to themselves thing.
Okay.
You slide dog, you got me monologuing.
Okay.
Mad scientist.
That was
Tell me he doesn't
incredible.
look creepy.
Huh?
Tell me he doesn't look creepy right now.
With his eyes open, staring at the... Yeah, he looks possessed.
He just,
Just laying there.
So
He did blink finally.
it's a heck of a walk over to.
Her little girl on her short legs.
Okay. Yeah, it's a heck of a walk over to Granny Smith's, but when you make your way in, you find a very well organized weapon shop. Looks like everything's been brought back up to speed, everything's nice and clean, and very neatly
Why?
organized.
Because you're a perv. Because you're a perv.
Yay, ammo.
so my eyes are darting around at all the weaponry.
I don't see nothing.
Yep, there is lots of weaponry here.
Anything better than my sword?
Yeah.
It's all seems to be guns.
No. I guess that would be an armory.
Yeah, please get the cheese away from me.
Here, Nick, eat the cheese.
I think it's Swiss and provolone left.
I think that's the Swiss.
Twist is the best.
Well,
I think it's Swiss
I
and
guess,
provolone.
You guys can usually
Are there
use
any?
the forks where they're
Is
just...
there a salesman around, or?
There is a young lady working the counter,
Okay.
and which seems kind of odd because you don't see any guards. You'd expect a
much I
place
would
like
like to
this to have guards.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Matter.
I don't know, with junkers, I expect guns to pop out of the walls like a frickin' anime.
Good chance.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of weaponry are you using?
Still going.
Advanced combat rifle.
Okay, so the same thing I am? Excellent. Do you need any... Wait, is that the only weapon you have? Do you want a
Okay.
pump-action shotgun?
Because it's making
Wouldn't be opposed.
You now have a pump action shotgun.
What? You don't need 3?
No, I don't need 3. Especially when I have an auto shotgun and a double barrel.
That one's shots what?
That's slugs.
No.
Or shells.
Shells.
Yeah. So,
12 gauge.
How many does it hold?
Oh, 8. Sorry.
And rate of fire?
1.
And range is
10.
10, and then damage is
1 to 6d6.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the counter and say I need 5.56 ammo, 50 cal belt, 9mm ammo, 12 gauge shells, and any 20mm grenades you might have.
I don't sell explosives. Too dangerous, especially in the city.
Fair. Draft.
All right, how much you want of each?
Pull out the can of Dr. Pepper and set it on the counter. Whatever this will get me.
Well, the shells, the 12 gauge are $2 a shell. The 9mm and the 5.56 are both, 2 widgets a shell.
I was gonna say we don't deal in dollars here.
The 9mm and the 5.56 are 1 widget a shell, or per bullet. Now the 50 cal, that's expensive. That's 5 widgets per bullet.
Okay.
So however you want to break it up.
I don't know what the... I just kind of point at the can of Dr. Pepper. I don't know how many widgets this is.
She looks at it and says, "How? Okay. These things are pretty rare.
Right.
I'll give you 100 widgets for it."
Okay. I pull out a second can of Dr. Pepper. Set it down. Say, do this one all in 50 cal.
So that'd be 20, 50 caliber rounds.
Does she want to change her price for it now that there's 2?
No.
Because if I were her, I'd be like, oh, you were holding out on me. Now they're only 50 each.
And then...
That's super nice of her, by the way.
I've got a lot of
Same
shotgun
smooth
rounds
armor,
still,
right?
so we'll split the...
She's an apple?
between the 5.56 and the
Granny
9mm
Smith's
at 50
old-fashioned
rounds
guns.
each.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of nudge him and
I'm going to go outside.
open up my jacket, and he sees a bunch of 5.56.
That's fine. It shoots faster than the 9mm, and only these two carry 9mm.
No, you get any more 5.56.
You don't need any more 5.56. I'm not there, but that's my
Yeah,
2
no,
cents.
we need it.
Especially with you just shooting off 3 bullets randomly.
That works.
This is me out on the side. You can't just shoot 3 bullets whenever you feel like. I even know that.
Do you know of anyone who deals in 20mm grenades here?
I mean, you could ask some of the other junkers out in Junkers Row, but you got to be careful unless it's high quality like my stuff. You don't want a grenade to go sideways on you just because some damaged gun spirit doesn't like you that day.
I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
So after the Reverend shower, he's going to go see if he can find some healing. So once we resolve their stuff.
There is a hospital in town.
All right, I'm going to head over there and see if they'll help me out. So
Junkyard Memorial. And when you get there, the only doors that are open are the doors to the ER. And as you walk in, you see there's probably 50 people in here waiting to be seen.
looking down at my injuries and looking back up the desk and the doctors, I walk over to the desk and say, "Can I help you with anything? I'm a reverend. I can help heal if you need it."
Help heal.
I look at who's the closest sick person near me.
Like what type of sick are you going for?
Like an actual
Illness?
wound.
Or
No,
wounded?
wounded.
Looks like there's only thing you could think of would be he'd be a minor, and
Like
his
under
arm
the age
is,
of 18?
No,
No.
MINER.
Diggy diggy.
He's
hole.
got an extra elbow right here,
count
Yeah.
anything.
in the middle of his forearm,
Yeah.
and he's holding it there, and he's stoically sitting.
I look at the nurse and say, or whoever's on the desk, and say, hold on 1 second. I'll walk over to him and say, sir, do you mind
Yeah,
if I try to
cool.
heal this for you?
You're gonna set it. That
Sort
would
of.
help. Yeah, that
Sort of.
would help.
And then what wound level is it? Because I'm gonna let
3.
3.
They don't have healers here?
They have science.
They have
here.
It's
actual
science.
doctors.
Yeah.
He's at the hospital.
He walked into a hospital going, I'm a faith healer.
And they're kind of like, oh, your snake oil juju.
Right?
And now I'm proving it to him. So
Please bust.
I was just gonna say,
That's what I'm
I
hoping
really
for, too.
hope that you roll a 1.
Oh, I hope you don't. I like you.
Like, I really just want to bust here just for comedy.
5d12 and I bust on that. I'm getting up and walking away.
That's only 3 1s, Ben. You've done worse.
Oh, he can't bust.
We got a 10 on that.
Minus your
10,
highest
8.
wound level.
That'd be
And
an
his
8.
wound level.
Yep.
What's
So-
it? 6 then?
So he's got 3.
Okay.
So that's minus 3.
So 5.
Oh,
So
5.
you're at 5.
5.
You
which
did
is-
not heal him.
Which is not going to heal him. It's going to hurt you.
Also, was he Christian?
That's the good question.
He doesn't have an oppositional faith.
He's adding a white chip to the scenario.
Just a basic white chip,
Just a
Do you need to
basic
roll
white
higher than
bitch,
an 8?
which was one of those was a 10.
Oh, yeah, 10.
I need to roll higher. I need a couple.
What's your highest wound level?
My highest wound level
2.
is a yellow 2.
Okay. So you're at a total of minus 5.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get this without.
No, I don't
reds.
think I'm going to get that without a red chip.
Hold on. Who do we have?
Aaron
You're not
McConnell,
there.
he doesn't help.
No.
Aaron won't help.
Nope.
Okay, I didn't know who we had.
I only have Aaron
Aaron
McConnell.
only
he will
helps
not
He
help.
with
doesn't have
anti-Templars.
Yeah, he doesn't have, what's her name? Amelia Clark? No.
Clara.
Clara
Amelia
Clark.
Clark. He doesn't have dragons.
Another white chip.
Wait, who's Amelia Clark?
She was the person who played Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones.
All right,
Okay.
I'm not wasting any more chips on this.
Well, you're going
I
to be
don't
taking
think that
wounds.
would
You're
be
gonna
what
take
we're
wounds
looking
if you
for
don't.
here.
Damn it! Fine.
There's a white
Red.
chip.
First red?
Just one red chip right now.
Wait, careful. Cheryl's phone.
Sorry, I'm stalking the baby.
So that pulls him up a total of 4 more from his original.
So you're at 9 now?
9.
That's enough for green, right?
That's enough for green.
Yep, you're
All
good.
right, what are you good?
And all of his wounds heal, including all of his little cuts and scratches. And he's looking at his arm as it bends back into the correct shape.
It actually reforms.
Yes.
Yeah, he did some Mr. Miyagi
Because
shit.
that would be
He clapped
really
his
funny
hands
if
and went
it-
like this.
No, I just imagine him like, okay, we're doing this. Oh shit, no, it's not working. Nope, more juju. Nope, shit, more juju.
More juju. Come on,
Really,
Lord.
God, come on. I'm proving a point here.
Help me, Jesus.
Save me, Tom Cruise.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that doesn't get references. Like, Ben,
Yeah.
That's the
I have
whole
no
reason we
idea what
let
this
Ben
movie
join
is.
the.
thank you. Thank you for letting someone come and be my...
For
Like-
those who aren't in the know, Talladega Nights.
Okay.
The Ballad of Ricky
Great
Bobby.
movie.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, when he's on fire.
Guess what? I don't sit to watch movies to memorize
So
stupid
I
lines.
walk back to the desk and
Then what do you watch?
see what the
movies
nurse
for?
says.
Lots of people are turned and looked at you, and the
Now?
nurse is standing there, her mouth is hanging open, and she's like, I think we can use you. Let me go get Dr. Mendoza.
All right.
And she disappears in the back, and after a few minutes, she comes back, and she's all but dragging this Hispanic woman, long dark hair, beautiful woman, but clearly overworked.
Yeah.
So pretty much anyone in the medical profession.
Especially in a city like Junkyard.
Yeah,
Well, the beautiful.
So
part
the
might
equivalent
not
of a
apply to
free
anyone
clinic
in the
worker.
yeah.
Yeah.
medical profession.
Free clinic worker in the inner city.
And she looks at you skeptically, and then she looks at the other guy, and the other guy's showing everybody how his arm now works correctly, and
Oh, there's one right there.
he's completely healed, and lots of people are just kind of staring at you. Some look terrified. I mean, you just worked
And of course, the little
Witchcraft.
boy-
witchcraft effectively in front of them.
Burn the witch.
And a few of the lesser injured and sick immediately leave, who seem super skeptical. But most of the rest are kind of fawning over you, and you gonna take this time to help them too?
How does his
not
God
right
feel
now.
about this?
His God? The
All
Christian
the-
God?
How
The
does
white
the
God?
Christian
How
God
does help about healing people?
let's not go
Feel
there.
about people fawning over you.
In the
Fair
face
point.
sense?
I'm
How's
I'm
that?
just saying, you are not spreading the word of this is God healing you.
Oh.
You are more like, look at what I can
Oh,
do.
look at this golden calf over here.
I'm just staying.
I'm just
staying
throwing it
humble,
out there.
saying,
I don't think-
this is the power God granted me,
Something just shot me. Maybe
Nice save.
and I asked the doctor if she
I'm
can look at
just-
my wounds
I
because
feel like that should have been
if I
brought
can
up.
get these fixed, I can help more people.
She's like, yeah, come on back.
Wait, hold up. You just healed a dude to jump the line?
Wasn't intentional, but that's how it's going to work.
How does
She
his
heals
God
me
feel
up.
about
I'm
that?
going to help more people.
He just traded him tickets.
Yeah. You Beetlejuiced him. You're like, hey, look at that. Now I get to go first. Reverend Heat approves.
All of a sudden, you just hear Reverend's voice, another Reverend's voice come out of nowhere.
The Southern Baptist type.
Yep.
Yeah, you get taken back, and then you're sat in a chair in a hallway,
Yep.
and you're going to be waiting a couple of hours.
Well, that's fine. Once she heals me, I can help her heal other people. So
She's not going to heal you. She's going to put some stitches in your wounds, and then you're going to be...
still going to be healing.
I don't think it takes you to a wound level down.
I don't know. We'll find
We'll
out.
find
That's
out.
full surgery.
Like what I can do with my
I mean,
brain.
I can help her with just a basic gen med before she actually heals me. I mean,
She doesn't actually heal.
well, fixes me then.
Set you down the road to wellness. Something
that-
any one of us could have done. Or if
Yeah,
you'd have
fine.
just been patient and, or just been like, hey,
Wait
Simon,
until tomorrow.
I'm still hurt. Because Simon hadn't healed you today.
We're fine.
That's fine.
Simon's going to die from
We've already
his
gone down this bad.
lack of ability to move around.
Simon's eternal. Let's not talk about that.
It seems like the roles
We
are
haven't
reversed here.
positioned ourselves up to second and third in command for you to take over, me to be your second in command.
That's true. So maybe we need to butter up to Simon a little bit more.
Exactly.
I'm actually being.
I mean,
okay
I already
being
see him
Joe's
a second in command.
There is Joe.
I'm okay being Joe's second in command.
Yeah.
I don't know
You could be
Joe.
third. Joe's awesome.
That'll work.
Joe and I
Have you
like.
seen the cover of the Wasted West?
Yes.
That's Joe.
I know who Joe is out of character. Never met her in character.
Your
She's
character
always
would
gone.
know of her.
Yeah, but she's always gone.
Well, that's because she does amazing things.
Right.
And she's an amazing person.
Because she's a strong, independent woman.
Who don't
Who
need
don't
no
know,
man.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty much dead on.
Look at that. Look how inclusive Deadlands was, even before it was popular. Way to go, guys.
Way to be progressive.
All right, so after you guys buy your equipment, what are you guys going to do then?
Well, I
did
don't-
anything happen on the street while I was standing out there?
No, it seems fairly tame away from the city hall.
Okay.
Now it's time to explore the market. Oh, sorry, duh.
Well, I guess I'll tip my hats to the lady behind the counter and ask.
Hats.
Yes, hats plural. 3 of them. Oh,
You notice she doesn't even bat an eye at that.
alright. Hello there. Got anything that works on evil robots?
Evil robots. I mean,
Or freaky fishmen.
Freaky fishman.
I don't have any, but I
It's
mean,
one of our heroic
do you mean
roles.
automatons?
Yeah, like those robot dudes who have like guns for hands.
Okay, yeah,
He made our former
automatons.
companion.
Why are you fighting automatons? Most smart people turn and run when they see them.
Well, I ended up doing that, but would have been good if I had
He's not
something
smart.
that worked on them.
I don't sell anti-tank missiles.
Okay.
Oh, I think he said he was smart. He did end up turning and running.
Okay,
Took a little bit for the
anti-tank
sparks to kick
missiles,
in.
got it. Thanks.
Have you guys had the buy?
No, Justin loves it though.
What is that, a 140
Never had
now?
What is that called? Coconut.
Well, I'll see what you guys are up to then.
You
Yep.
doing things with what?
I'm just
bad
browsing the market
Coke.
to see if there's anything that interests me at this point
Coffee,
to
alcohol.
So head back over to the marketplace.
help with any of my heroic goals.
Anything particular you're looking for?
Fishmen to kill.
Your 20 millimeter.
No. She's kind of gave me the willies on doing that here.
So you'll find some random stranger out on the road who has them.
No, I mean, he's got the... I'm going to ask you, do you know how to make those grenades?
Haven't made one before.
Well, I need one
Why do you need one?
to find out how to make them. Wait, no, that was... Ash was going to do that for me. Shit. Alright, so I got to get one and then find somebody who can disassemble it to be able to reproduce them.
Because you can't do that.
I don't have that skill.
I did not teach you that skill.
Of course not. You don't
We
make
don't need
explosives.
that skill.
Well, we might need it at some point. There are things that are trying
hold
to
on.
blow us up.
Do you not know that explosives are bad?
Have the automatons not taught you that yet?
Have I not taught you that yet?
Well, I'm not.
How
gonna,
are you a full Templar and I haven't taught you that?
I'm not gonna.
Well, I am a failure
And
at
I think
life.
he's in charge because he's got the most guns.
I'm gonna load it into the frickin' gun and shoot them at people, not throw them.
Oh, it's a bad idea. Bad idea.
Well, I guess I'll ask around if there's anyone who knows about Norse gods.
Ooh, that's a good call.
That would be a streetwise check.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look for Bolitnikov's occult or information in regards to fighting gods.
Oh, there's an ace.
That's a 3. My D6 failed me.
11 to 20, 23.
Jesus.
Yeah, one of my D12s finally aced.
Fantastic.
Do I need to stay with these guys?
No, you can wander out on your own.
Yeah.
You're like Joe. You're an independent woman who don't need no man.
I mean, you guys are just kind of boring.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I mean, we're not in a combat situation, so we
Well,
don't
when
have
they're
to worry
talking
about splitting the
about going to
party.
find some books and shit, I'm just going to go back to the hotel.
Okay.
Alright.
I want to go find some place to get a good drink.
Uh,
Find some guy to buy me a drink, maybe.
Thought you didn't need no man.
there
Always
is
need a guy for fruit drinks.
a few bars, actually. Just depends on what type of place you want to go to. Let me bring up the...
Is there a hotel at the bar?
There-
Hotel?
There is a bar at the hotel. However, there is also...
How are we paying for this hotel? I missed that. I'm sorry.
We get it for free
You're
because
getting
we're
it
awesome.
for free.
Do we get food for free?
At the hotel, yes.
Okay, then I'm going back to the hotel and eating and drinking.
Okay.
And talking to any folks that might be around.
Just kind of generally getting to know folks.
Yeah, I mean,
She's looking for
Chatting
hookers
about-
and blow.
I am not Hurley's
Saturday character.
Saturday character.
I don't know
Sounds like
about
an
that.
interesting game.
All about hookers and blow.
Harley's character is a bard.
Yeah, and her main goal for the entire campaign
Is-
in Temple of Elemental Evil is to get laid.
Basic bard.
I mean, knowing James, there's going to be a scene where an ogre's raping a halfling, so
And funny story about that.
Harley's playing a halfling?
No, we're almost there.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Oh, Harley's not playing an ogre, though.
She's about to realize maybe this isn't the goal. Because sometimes in Seduction Bard, you don't realize that the dragon's up top.
Oh God.
They have cat-like penises.
No. I mean that too, but
Yeah.
How- wait, how do you know
never
that?
Have you never seen a cat penis?
So both my cats are
You
females.
should Google it.
No,
I feel
I'm
like
good.
that's something
Thank
you don't
you.
want on the Google.
They have barbs on the end. So what it does, it sticks in so they can actually mate.
And your biology lesson for the night is complete, guys.
Wow.
Sorry, my wife's a veterinarian.
I mean, fair.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
I don't understand why that means that you've researched cat dinks.
Well,
No,
I am.
it has barbs. It goes in.
Okay, this is the first picture that pops up.
I've lived my life. I've lived 38 years.
Now, did you type in dick or penis?
I typed in penis.
Okay.
At least she
I've
used
lived
the clinical
38
term.
years without that knowledge. I was good without it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not as weird as duck ones.
This is something
did
else
Dungaree
that
Dave
pops
find
up.
us something fun with his massive role?
there is a library.
All right.
It's attached to the
There you
public
go.
high school. Or to the public school.
Please, for the love of God, people, do not Google this.
There's not a penis in that one though.
And Cheryl's looking up penises.
So
ladies.
you guys make your way over to the junkyard
Penises.
library.
Yes.
That makes
Yes,
it so much
game.
better.
Please, God, game.
Back to the game.
Yes.
Back to the game.
So are those barbs on there?
Yep.
So like it's
Yeah,
not very.
what did me and
end,
Gabe
it's
find?
like-
We'll ignore
No,
the
they're
penis people.
Like their tongues.
Alright.
You know how they have like little
Yeah.
Velcro hooks? That's what they are.
Okay.
We don't
It's
acknowledge
too
their
sophisticated.
existence.
But it doesn't go all the way down though, does it?
No, it's just enough for them to stay in.
Okay.
All right, so you two find the library,
Yes.
They actually.
and
irritate,
inside you
which
see
causes it to swell shut.
a few people, like local townsfolk, some kids.
So, no, the kids can get in.
And as you enter,
So
a
like-
young man, like mid-20s, approaches you. He's wearing a brown robe and with a pin on it that has two books chained together.
Yeah.
And he says, welcome to the Junkyard Library. What can we help you with today?
We're looking for books on the occult and Norse tradition.
Norse mythology.
Yes.
Odd thing to be looking for, but hey. Follow me. And he starts walking deeper into the library. He pulls out a palm quarter, starts typing on it.
Yeah, is that like a tricorder on Star Trek?
More like
Palm Pilot.
it would be similar to a Palm Pilot, but it actually has it'd actually be closer to our cell phones.
Okay.
Like a futuristic version of it.
So the iPhone 11X.
No, Apple burnt. Hellstrom Industries put them out of business.
Nice.
The
Yay, Hellstrom!
fuck the iPhone.
Right?
They're not our sponsor either.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Ghost Nukes and Ghost Steel, apparently.
So he leads you back and to a section, and you find, with his help, a small
Tesla's
book
Hellstrom in this timeline.
that talks about Norse mythology.
I'm in
Excellent.
And he says, well,
getting over the chill, but I still have.
for a widget, I can transfer it onto a data slug if you've got one. It'd be 20 widgets if you don't have a slug.
I have no idea what you just said.
You're an out-of-towner, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. So, let me think of the. I mean, if you got anything to trade that would be worth about $20-ish from the old money, whatever. I mean, I don't understand the old money.
I pull out a can of soda, not a Dr. Pepper, but a can of soda. Let's see.
It's a Sprite.
It would not be a bubbly fizz. Unless, I don't know. I don't know what I have.
So his eyes widen. He's like, "Wow, I haven't had one of those since you got yourself a deal." And he goes and he gets a data slug, plugs it into his palm quarter, and then he starts pointing the palm quarter at the book and starts flipping through the pages. And after a few minutes, he pops the data slug out and says, "There you go, the entire book."
Okay, now how do I access this?
Any computer.
So we need a computer.
Right.
Well, I'm sure Bulletnikov has one.
I mean,
Maybe not here,
Are
but
there
somewhere.
computers in our hotel rooms?
actually, yes.
Okay, excellent. I'm going back to my room.
In our room, or is it like a hospitality center that has the?
There's actual terminals in your rooms.
Don't you?
It's a luxury hotel.
Do you not remember this from last time we were here? Out of character. Last game.
No, Cheryl doesn't pay attention to RP.
She was probably on her cell phone at that point.
Because that's all I do.
Right.
I don't ever do anything.
I mean, it's not cell phone time yet.
I don't know. Look in a half hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hate you all. I'm gonna kick you all out of my house,
But you-
and it's just gonna be me and my friends on the TV.
I haven't said anything about
I mean,
it.
your friends on the TV are going to be at my house if you kick us all out.
Why?
Because we'll run the game there.
Let's see. Got any books on?
We can't run
for
Monday Night Games
Croakers,
down at Nick's.
they're called, right?
Up at
Croakers.
Nick's, over at Nick's.
What do you want to know about Croakers? I know
I mean,
way
if you're
too
kicking
much
us
about
out, that
them.
means you don't want to hang out with us.
Wait, he knows about the
Oh, I still
Freaky
wanna hang out with you
Fishmen?
guys.
Yes, he knows about freaky fish guys.
Yes, that's on also the list of things to destroy.
They just didn't want to come.
I,
This is also on the list.
I pull out a little notebook. Okay, we need to know about the Freaky Fishmen, Black River Institutes.
Industries?
Industries. Yeah.
Yeah, that. And
Yeah.
where Skyjacker 2 might have been,
Spy
and
Raider.
destroying the Combine.
Well, I definitely can't help you with the last.
Well, do you have information about the Combine?
I mean, I know as much as anybody else, but Croakers, I have first-hand experience.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they're
Croakers, not Krogers.
I said Kroger's.
amphibious
Again, not
humanoids.
another sponsor.
As you didn't guess. Rumor has it they were around before
Rumor
the war.
has it.
I'm not 100% certain. They could be the creation of one military or the other. There's also rumors that they have entire cities at the bottom of the ocean. They do like to take us for slaves and drag humans back into the water. They predominantly exist in the maze, although there were some... I mean, the tombstone epitaph for the rag that it was, they did report some croaker attacks down in the Gulf.
Stronghold, right?
That's where
It was awful.
that's where
It
he's
was good,
from.
but it was awful.
There's apparently a sea captain who has a crew of
The Guild
freaky
Stronghold
fishmen.
Flag.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Where it says Guild
I
Stronghold.
wonder if he's heroin.
I don't know.
Me
He's
neither.
From Austin.
Yeah.
He's from Boston. Does that help know if he's heroin or
Was
not?
there a tea party?
There's
Well, it certainly sounded like it.
a lot of Ghost Dragon nukes were dropped on the East Coast, so who knows?
Okay, how do you fight those things?
Same way you fight anything else, but the blubber that they have acts as sort of like an armor. Not like Kevlar or anything like that. It absorbs some of the punishment. Don't get in range of their claws or their teeth.
So stick to ranged.
Yeah,
And the
possible.
harpoons.
And watch out for their pets. If they've got their pets, the shracks with them,
That's the
shark
freakier
man.
fishmen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the freakier shark guys.
Freakier shark, yeah.
definitely don't tussle with those guys. And be real careful with the croakers. I saw a librarian once. He was leaning out over the side of a boat over in the maze, waxing poetic, not paying attention to his surroundings, and a shrek leapt up out of the water and bit his head off in one go.
Okay.
What's with those guys?
What kind of librarians are you guys?
We're from Sacramento,
I have no idea what that
the
means.
Grand Library.
I've never been.
They're from the hippie dippy land.
Well, you see, and you should know a librarian.
Blitnikov.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a member of our order.
Did not know this. I thought he worked for Simon.
No, he works with Simon. He opened the first branch library there in Boise.
That's who I was looking for books on the occult for.
Ah,
Because he's here.
I mean, actually, tell you what. And he pulls out another data slug, puts some kind of information on it, and pulls it out. Says, "Give this to him. He'll be able to access the Grand Library from wherever he's got a computer terminal."
Awesome. He'll be happy to feel that. Okay, now what can you tell me about Black River Institute? That place, Black River.
Hold on, and he starts typing on his palm corner again. Ah, yes, Black River Industries, originally Black River Railroad, founded in the 1800s by a Mina Devlin. Rumored to be behind a bunch of train robberies of the other rail barons. And after the war was over, the first Civil War, she disappeared from view, and the company continued on.
Hide me.
Yep.
Do you have anything about them making holograms and?
I mean, they were a technology company before the war, the last war,
What about them?
and they had lots of contracts with the Confederate
What
government.
about them hijacking people and loading them in
There's
simulations?
rumors of that, but wait, you said like a game?
Yes,
Yeah.
that happened
You ready
to me
go?
and him.
Were you guys in Seattle?
Yes,
Oh no, that's not Black River Industries. That was the Game Master.
the game master.
Yeah.
Okay.
He pays slavers from all over the place to capture people and bring them and throw them in his game.
Take out the game master and Black River Institutes. Okay, what do you know about the game master?
Just that he uses the old
Destroy the supply.
Wizard's Tower to create games that are not really games. You're actually fighting for your life.
Oh, okay. So we broke out of that and left.
Okay.
I'm betting he's probably mad about it too.
So,
Well, I'm kind of mad about it, so.
so then I got to go back to Seattle and kick him in the face, and then take out Black River for bringing me there in the first place. Got it.
Well, his face is a good height to kick, so.
Yep. Okay. All right. Any tips on fighting the Combine? Other
for
than
the
what
head?
everyone knows. Okay. Aim for the head. Yeah.
Use
we all know
big
that.
bullets.
All right. Well,
Oh, and don't use their equipment; it blows up.
I'm never gonna live that one
funny
down.
story.
Yeah.
I watched that happen.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody grabbed one of their guns. He nearly died.
It drops a
Lucky.
diamond thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Is there anything else I can find for you guys?
Closest problem.
With blackjack and hookers.
Any beat on where Skyjacker 2 is lost at?
What is Skyjacker?
Sky Raider.
Yeah, Raider. Sky Raider
no,
2.
no, nobody knows where it's at.
Okay.
I guess you did.
Well, then closes his little notebook after he puts the couple of notes in there. That's all I need at the moment. Thank you.
Yeah, feel free to stop by and tell Fred that Danny says hi.
Fred that Danny says hi.
Sure, you use a little fork.
And then I'll head back to the hotel to deliver the chip to Blitnikoff
Nick, you
and
don't have
tell
to
him
use a
that
little bit
Danny
of
said hi.
He asks you to describe him when you do.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, I remember when he was a novitiate.
And
So he runs the branch library here now.
Yep, and he wanted me to hand you
I
this.
mean, I am one, but yes.
He looks at it and then he pulls out his palm quarter, plugs it in.
I still
Oh.
got sparkling's going this way.
They have a connection to the Grand Library here. This
Yep.
will be useful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. You wanted books on the occult? I found you a library.
Indeed, you got me the whole library.
Alright.
And then I'm going to go research Surger.
That night, when it's time for dinner, you guys are treated to, actual potatoes
Ooh, potates.
and some actual corn and big purple steaks.
There's one more.
Purple steaks.
Can you
from
give me a...
You gonna ask what they are?
Nope.
Yeah, I suppose I will.
The Reverend doesn't want to know.
Also the best one in there.
The waiter says,
These are wheat.
you've never had rattler meat, have you?
No.
We've got rattler whalers that roam the salt flats and hunt out the, here they're salt flat rattlers. You've probably heard them called Mojave rattlers. The ones here aren't quite as big, but from my understanding from the few whalers that I know, they are pretty smart.
Nifty.
Ooh, smart. Let's see, with a 15 in the cult, would I know anything about a salt flat rattler?
No, you would be too far removed from the area.
Okay.
Did I meet anyone cool while I was talking to people?
You meet lots of people. I mean, junkers.
Any junkers that might know about that bomb thing he was trying to...
Grenades.
Yeah.
Most of them seem kind of skittish when you start talking about weapons.
Oh, I understand.
You do see a guy walking through town.
Mind you, that's not like my conversation. That's just a
Sidebar.
yeah, like,
Right.
oh, we've been talking for an hour now. My
So,
friend's looking for this.
as you're walking through town, you see this big guy walking through. Lots of people get out of his way.
Yep.
And since pictures say 1,000 words, That's what he looks like.
This road, I'm out
No.
of the
Do I know him?
No, you don't know him. But he's actually got his badge pinned into his skin.
What's the badge say?
Law dog.
And is there anyone around me at the time he goes by?
Most of them clear out of the way, and as he's walking by it, he tips his hat and says, "Ma'am."
Sir?
He just continues walking on by.
Um,
However, you notice, I mean, lots of people are getting.
he's just walking.
Yeah.
See, no
Can I, like-
at all.
He said
Anything sparkling.
hi to me. Can I, like, catch up with him and be like, hi, I'm Susan Ray, Templar. I want to say at large, but that sounds like I'm running from the law.
Cole Ballard. Law dog.
Cole, what was the last?
Ballard.
House.
Ballad?
Yeah, it's
Can you spell that for me?
T-H-A.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to kill you. K-I-L-L-Y-O-U.
B-A-L-L-A-D.
Okay, ballad, like the song.
Yes.
Okay. Are you a local?
No.
Nope.
What was his first name?
Cole.
Cole. Oh, that's easy.
Sabotage equipment and destroy.
Where are you from, Cole?
Unpowered
Where am I from?
construction.
Ohio.
Ah, I heard about that place. How's Ohio fared from the...
Don't know. Nobody goes east of the Mississippi anymore.
I know, I just thought you might have heard.
Nope.
Where were you when things went down?
I was a POW
Where?
down into Mexico at Fort Roswell.
Do I know what he's talking about?
We're going up the hill.
You've heard of Fort Roswell. It was a Confederate base.
Roswell.
Oh, because this is the, Civil War, right?
The last war.
Which was the Civil War, right?
It was
Civil
a
War
Civil
round 2.
War, yeah.
Round 2, okay.
Electric Boogaloo.
How'd you get out?
Walked out.
I'd love to hear more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear more.
Oh, you want me to tell the story? Sorry.
Only
Simple.
you'd like.
I was held prisoner by the Confederates during the end of the war. The bombs fell. The general there, you might know him. His name's Throckmorton.
Do I know Throckmorton?
He's the head of all Black Hats.
Yep.
I know Throckmorton.
Personally know him?
No, as
Or no,
Susan.
okay.
No, do I know
Yes.
who he is? Okay.
He's been trying. His organization's been trying to kill us all the way from.
He's on my list.
So,
So Throckmorton did what?
yeah, he released all of us POWs. He had this great idea to unite the Americas. You know, we traveled to Denver. He went in. He plugged himself into the AI at the Hellstrom factory, and then everything went to shit.
Ooh. I know this story, don't I? I know this story, don't I?
As a player, yes.
Does Susan know this story?
No.
Susan's never heard this story before?
No.
I'm guessing the only character has been dead since those caves blowing up.
Unpowered, yeah.
He
So-
would have been the only one that may have known that.
Where'd you go from after them there?
Wandered out
I
this
think
way.
there then is what I meant to say.
Learned about the law dogs. Joined them.
Do I know what a law dog is?
Yep.
What's a law dog?
Law dogs are the unofficial police force of the Wasted West.
Okay.
They wander wherever and they enforce the local laws.
Do they know what all the local laws are?
They usually stop and ask.
So they kind of make up their own rules.
Sometimes.
Think Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, you wouldn't be too far off.
I got a story for you there.
So Cole,
Except for
where are
going to
you?
Mexico.
How long are you in junkyard?
Till I scare my current bounty out of town and out of the protection zone.
Need help with that?
Nah, I'm okay. Eventually they'll make a mistake. They'll try and ambush me just past the
Who are you looking for?
oh,
Just need 3 more guns.
Johnny No Good. I know it's a stupid name.
With a name like Johnny No Good, you would expect him to be in trouble.
It's his ganger name.
Okay.
Frickin' gangers.
That is a pretty stupid name if he chose it himself.
Probably did.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Taste-of-Face.
God damn it.
Could be what?
That's what it could be worse. It could be
Please beat me
Taste-of-Face.
to it.
Taser Face?
That's a stupid nickname. You should not have called
Guardians of the
yourself
Galaxy
Tasty
2.
Face.
I don't get pop culture references.
I know.
Why do you guys keep making them then?
Because they
it's funny.
amuse us.
Yeah, we have fun with it.
Go. No one likes you.
I will have to throw paper clips now, and not at you this time.
My key cat. Watch
If I
out for
can get
Cheryl's
this
water.
car open, never mind.
Can't throw one, throw the whole thing.
Why that? What did I do to deserve that level of hatred?
Who knows?
I mean,
I just don't ask with my wife. It's safer that way.
No, it was Chance. Chance
I was saying, I
threw
don't-
all of the paper clips at me. I feel personally attacked.
Do you need a safe space?
I do.
My car's right out there.
Yeah.
can I hang out with you for a while?
Sure.
Get to know you better?
I will shotgun my metal dice at you.
You want to
Don't
go get a
escalate.
drink?
I mean, if you really want to, where do you want to go?
My hotel has free food and drinks for me.
Cheryl, get frisky with the law dog.
Law dog going raw dog.
I don't know what you said, Nick.
All right,
but
he
I chose
happily
to.
joins you. And when you get back there, I mean, everybody's pretty much wandered back in except for the Reverend.
I'll introduce him to everybody. This is Cole Ballard.
Ballard.
Ballard. Thanks for correcting me.
Right.
He's a law dog. He was a POW down in New Mexico,
Roswell.
in Roswell.
Okay.
I feel like there might be like aliens.
Why are we?
Somebody learned something.
I got work to do.
Someone else?
He might be able to help you in your endeavors. Don't look at me like that,
Oh,
especially in front of somebody new.
I've got a thing to read.
yeah.
Gotta plug this into the computer somehow.
He might be able to help you with that.
You're gonna try all the USB slots.
Right.
they'll never work.
The fifth dimension.
Does he sit down and have a meal with us?
Yeah.
Those smart
That way you
USBs are
like
super
equal
cool.
to the damn on there.
What?
Smart USBs in real life. You can't put them in backwards. They're bidirectional.
Right. They go both
That's much
ways.
easier.
Yeah.
It's much easier when they go both ways.
Well,
Right?
my daddy and my
story.
brothers.
All right. So,
I can take care of
I think
myself.
so.
I mean, Cole definitely seems to be a man of few words.
Who's enjoying some free?
He's enjoying some free
Alright,
food,
take your time.
especially a steak. And he tears into it.
Both
That's how
hands
a man
sticking
eats.
out.
Roadhouse.
I'll have to do my
I just imagine him like, ow.
Spitting nails. Eating steak raw.
Anything else you guys are going to do?
No.
All right. So, Reverend,
Yep.
they finally get you back. They're going to do some surgery. They knock you out.
Yep.
Make a fortitude save.
And let's see how well she does.
We need a vigor check. You died on the table.
That'd be how it goes, isn't it?
Are we worried about the Reverend?
You haven't seen him for a while.
Nope.
He's missing dinner.
He said he was going to the hospital.
Did he really say that?
No, that was after I. That was you. I did not tell you guys.
Oh, you
where I was
didn't
going.
tell us where you
No.
were going?
I went after you guys went. All you knew was I wanted some 9mm ammo. I went and got a shower and then went and got healed.
Yep.
Went to go get some healing.
Well, hell, I have no clue where he is.
And the city's too big to try and search for him.
Tough luck.
When you wake up, she's managed to reduce your wound levels by 1.
Nice.
Ooh, I don't even know.
You going to spend the rest of the evening healing?
Yeah, because now I only have one wound, so I'm gonna help them out.
Okay. We'll
Oh.
just hand wave it because the odds of you busting is pretty slim.
Gotcha.
Did you just throw that at Mike?
I was trying to make it into the bin.
Yeah, Ben has terrible aim. He can't get it in the hole.
Alright, fine. Have fun getting the ride home.
Hold on a second here. Some hair.
3, I think. Move it up again.
I think somebody's going to have to explain it to my
4.
wife.
I didn't even ask, did I?
I don't
Top 3
understand.
and
So.
1 on the bottom.
You were last.
No, Chance was last.
Chance was last, but
But I
um,
put it on and put my finger on my nose and took it off, and then I saw you guys still putting your fingers on your
What am I
noses.
explaining to Cheryl?
The hair comment and Ben hitting the hole.
Yeah.
It's a pube joke, Cheryl.
Ah!
how? I don't understand.
I don't know what your
Like-
landscaping is down there, so I can't really wonder if that's true or not.
Gotta put some hair around the hole to find it. Do you want me to use clinical terms?
I don't understand.
To make
Well,
the
as
vagina
you-
We'll tell
easier
you
to
when you're.
find.
We'll tell you when you're older, Cheryl.
I mean, if you don't know by now,
Yeah.
that's why D was a turkey baster.
That
That
explains
explains everything.
I love my turkey baster baby.
All right, so
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
I had a slight fear he was going to be a
the Reverend is at the hospital. He'll be there a good long while,
only a
helping them
slight
clear
fear.
their lines.
I feel like you have to sign all
You
this
don't have
paperwork saying,
Panacea,
like,
do you?
Yes, this is really
Panacea?
the person that
Yeah.
I want.
that's no, I don't have that one yet.
Okay.
I was looking at it. Hadn't bought it yet.
And it was a really tiny turkey baster.
Panacea.
It allows him. It allows him to cure disease.
Oh, that's right. It's in the other book, isn't it?
No, you can heal wounds at the moment, not diseases.
Yeah, not disease.
The only one of you that can heal diseases is right there.
If the Reverend would have hung out here, then he could have invited me to go with him, and I could have helped.
And she would have been a much more believable magical healer right from the start.
I mean,
Because
fair.
I'm much better at it than he is.
Well, no, everybody knows a Templar can heal your wounds.
How many
It's like
how
standard
many men of the
Templar
cloth
food.
have you seen walking around the apocalypse?
I mean, I don't look for them. I don't need them.
She sees
Well-
beyond class, Ben.
I think
Exactly. That's what I was getting
Like
at.
everyone
Like,
wears cloth, dude. That's what clothes are made of.
Mixed fibers.
Well, that's a sin.
now, my big red cross is something else that everyone can see.
Yeah, it's fine. They
I
don't
care
believe
that
me.
it's on
Fine.
a dirty sheet.
Dirty street hippie.
Dirty hippie.
All right, everybody goes to bed eventually, except for the Reverend, who's still at the hospital.
And I will take. Is there like a chair or something in the room?
Yeah,
Desk chair. I'm gonna prop it under my doorknob
Hello. I hit the wrong button.
and pillows and blankets and stuff.
yeah.
I'm gonna sleep in front of the chair in front of the door.
Room as a mount. I don't know what else they would call it.
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're still not after you.
On the other hand, I'm going to make sure my door's not locked and invite
Cold.
Please
Pull
come
up.
in.
All right,
I'm gonna make sure he
everybody
knows where my
who
room
is
You get one for
Are we friends?
15,000.
what?
Cole and I.
If you want to call yourself his friend,
Would he consider me his friend?
you don't know. He's at least an acquaintance now.
He's considering you a free ticket.
Everybody at the hotel, make a hearing-based cognition check
Oh, son of a bitch.
with a -10 for being asleep.
Alright.
-3.
I have failed to roll anything decent, so that is a -3. Because my dice are stupid.
140.
Aha, -5.
Way to go!
Good job, Nick.
I got a 4.
Okay,
Now I got the purple ones, which is only a 140.
you
Was it your
guys
D6
all
again?
Around 800.
sleep very well.
Oh no, wait, that was a 5. I apologize.
You all still sleep
That was
What you said?
No, I said 4. I mismathed.
The next morning,
I thought you were a math teacher.
the Reverend is finally walking in. It's about breakfast time.
Oh,
He looks-
good, you're alive.
Exhausted.
Exhausted.
14,000.
And as you guys are gathering
Night.
for breakfast,
I was helping the hospital.
Yeah.
Has it been 24 hours since he was healed?
I hand you
Yes.
59 millimeter rounds.
Oh, sweet.
Harley's home.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I just
Harley's
write
home.
just the one.
everybody prepare to be blinded.
Why?
Are you going to show something blinding on the screen? Or?
No, no,
You talking to me?
She got
no.
platinum hair
Harley.
now.
Harley's about to walk in the
Oh.
house.
WARN.
Her hair is very bright.
So mock her?
If you want.
Okay.
What color is Cheryl?
It's like,
Is it pink?
it's pinkish.
Alright, so we'll start calling her Pinkie Pie.
I'm gonna ask you to
It's
keep
more
your
like corally,
furry
day
nonsense out
glow
of here.
pink.
Day glow
You know
pink?
kink, Jane, but we draw the line at bronies.
But I bubble.
Right.
Bronies are weird, man.
Have you seen what they've done to the internet with that? It's a kid's show.
So, can I lay hands
Roll
on
34, man.
Yes.
him again?
Okay, you ready?
Exists for everything.
I need
They
to roll
created
that.
a character
No.
for a little
Yep.
girl
5
with cancer.
Yeah.
And the bronies.
You need a 5 or better, Cheryl.
Oh, I know why the show was. Yeah.
So I
Yes.
need a 1.
No, bronies
They
are
Well, better than
specifically asked
bust.
them
You
to
need to
not
not bust.
sexualize this
This is when
character,
levels
and they
one.
went and did it anyway.
14.
Fuck the bronies.
All right. So the Reverend is
Damn it, we
healed.
lost those
Woohoo!
sponsors.
Is he? Does that give him energy back?
No, he's still tired.
Yeah, I'm exhausted because I was up all night using my powers.
I also think it's kind of weird that you have less wounds than. It was easier to heal you.
Thanks.
Because I was at the hospital
has
trading my
seizures.
healing services for their healing services.
You could have just waited for my healing service.
So what happened overnight?
Yes, I could have. But you were busy
As you
that
guys
day.
are sitting there eating breakfast, the news comes on.
Drinking some black coffee.
You
and
mean
apparently-
the toaster show isn't on?
In a sensational story covered only by Junkyard News.
Well,
Bye.
the fudge was very good. Thanks.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Harley come home. My granddaughter.
You want to go talk to him? You want to talk?
It don't matter who comes in.
Do we gotta go fight a Hank?
Apparently, one of the Skull Chucker stars, by the name of... Where'd it go?
Do we know what a skull trucker is?
Sports team, sports thing.
Skull Chucker is a blood sport played here in Junkyard.
Sports ball.
Kind of like football, but much bloodier, and it's played with an actual skull.
Yeah.
So, Blood Bowl.
One of the star members of the Screamin' Demon Skull Chucker team, Nico the Sword Flowers,
Yeah, I need better weapons and stuff.
was apparently killed last night in an alleyway close to the Junkyard Hilton. He... nobody knows what the exact reason is, but right now it's being chalked up to the Morlocks.
What?
The Morlocks.
Or whatever.
Let's see. I guess. Well, I guess.
We're talking.
Like in H.G. Wells' is the time traveler.
Don't know. You'll have to...
I need to get a nap.
I don't really think that really affects us. Somebody getting murdered randomly outside of our hotel.
Well, it was near our hotel, which should be safe for Simon. So.
I hit, instead of my W to walk, I hit the...
And I am kind of curious about Morlocks.
And that's what my
You gonna
leg
ask?
was on.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more.
One of the other patrons was, what do you mean you don't know? Oh, you're out of towners.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Morlocks. They're people who live in the under city. Yeah, there's a couple of sub-levels to the city that we don't go into because these people, I mean, they're terrible. They're cannibals. They steal children.
Jesus. The Reverend looks appalled at that.
They're coming after you now. just like
Yeah, they even took out a whole junkyard militia squad when Ike sent one down one time. We haven't sent anybody down since, and we got almost all the holes plugged up.
Pay for that.
So do we know what happened to this dude?
And news said that he was murdered.
Right, but he was murdered right outside. What's,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could go and ask around, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know any more than you do.
I didn't know.
Supposed to read this book
Well,
right here.
The Reverend, I'll look at him and ask him, you local?
Yeah, it says take
Yeah,
a book,
yeah.
object complete, find a
I come here every morning for breakfast.
Oh,
find it,
nice.
roll this up,
okay.
Can
Do
I-
you know who's typically at the desk at night?
return to
No. I mean, they're normally gone by the time I get here. Although, if you want to talk to somebody, I bet Pat knows something.
Who's Pat?
Oh, Pat Jeffers. He's the guy who runs the front desk.
Okay.
Well, let's go talk to Pat.
not have my bodyguard.
Because I don't got anything else to do.
Yeah, why not?
The Reverend's
Alright.
going to eat his
Just
breakfast first.
Hang out, eating breakfast, drinking some coffee.
Okay,
So you go up and you see he's a rather flamboyant
what
guy.
do you eat?
So
His
I never
hair
got
is-
your name for saving me yesterday.
Fire engine
Eli.
red on one side and a deep dark blue on the other side.
That's right.
Ah, you guys are the VIPs.
What's with that?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Pat.
That's
What can I help you with?
What happened to the dude in the alley?
Oh yeah, Nico Flowers, the sword or the knife. Or, I don't know. I don't follow
So
this
how
bullshit. I
exactly
just
did you heal me? Because
I,
it wasn't
I was talking to one of the
America.
cops.
I know
Well, I
that.
mean, militiamen. Our cops are the militiamen. The militiamen are cops.
Right.
You know how it is.
You want to do time.
Apparently, somebody found him last night, and it looks like
Government
it looked like
experiments, bullshit.
he was clawed to death,
before the war.
and somebody used a sharp blade on him
Yep.
too, like a saw blade.
Well,
Kind of
thank you for
gruesome,
your
if you
help.
ask
I
me.
appreciate it. I really do.
Was it a full moon last night?
No, it was
No.
not a full moon last night.
That doesn't really fit with the MO then.
Yeah.
If you want to take a break, I'll tell you about it.
We've only got an hour left.
Okay. Were all his organs still inside of him?
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, I gotta go to the
you know,
arcade.
Oh, Dr. Bonesaw.
I don't know. I didn't even think to ask that. I mean, that's not something most normal people ask.
Make me run through this blood.
We've seen some similar stuff in our travels.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys are Templars,
Right.
so I'm sure you've seen lots of crazy things.
Yeah.
These steps?
A couple.
Just a little bit.
You're not there.
No, that's right. The front desk is
Yep.
right because this thing covers a whole city block.
Okay.
But,
I'll tell you what. If you can find me out some more information about the details, I got a Twinkie in it for you.
What's a Twinkie?
Pull out a Twinkie.
That
Over
looks
this way somewhere.
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find out anything.
Thanks, Pat.
What the heck is a Twinkie? Looks like a piece of duty.
It's sponge cake with cream in it.
It's not a chocolate.
And Pat says, I like cream.
Exactly. Everybody does. Everybody loves Twinkies. So, get me some information about the details of that body. I got
I'll do it. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
What are you guys going to do this morning? Because your meeting isn't until afternoon.
I'm going to be pouring through Norse mythology.
The Reverend says, I'm going to take a nap. Wake me up when we need to go to the meeting. And I'll head up to bed.
Well, I suppose I'll head out to this alley where it was supposed to have happened. I guess is it still taped off with militia tape?
Yep.
I'm
There's
just gonna
one,
hang out in the lobby and drink coffee.
One militia man standing guard at this end of the alley, and you're guessing there's probably one at the other end of the alley. And as you're walking in, he's like, sorry, crime scene, can't let you pass.
Okay. Alright. No, thanks
Persuade him.
anyway.
I got holes here. Just let me put one in. I'm not.
Tell him a good joke.
I'm not
Tell him that you're here with Simon and want to investigate this on behalf of the Templars.
That would be a good joke.
Where are the trees for him to go hide in?
Not as bad as what he does. When he got choked me, it's too strong. Yeah.
Anyway, just curious. So we've been following. I guess. Just curious if someone followed us here from Boise.
Why would somebody follow you here from Boise?
Well, I think the night before we left, someone was killed pretty badly.
Ooh, that's strong.
Sounded like it was done with balls. Just curious if this was the same character.
I couldn't tell you that.
I was super inspired by this idea.
What?
My bad.
You're super inspired by this idea.
Yep, super inspired by your idea. Stupid auto playing Facebook videos.
This is a militia matter, and we really can't talk about it.
Offer it, Mike.
Huh?
Well, if you
Seconds.
need Templar help or anything,
Turn off autoplay.
look us up. We're ready to help.
Yeah, I'll let Detective Sergeant Bartova know, but I doubt she'll call you because
Alright.
Yeah.
she doesn't like amateurs coming in and busting in on things.
Tip
Yeah,
my
but I
hats
don't know
and
where, because it's got this map.
Head on my way.
sparkling, but
Okay.
lit up.
Anybody else doing anything?
I mean,
I'm hanging out in the lobby drinking coffee.
I'm asleep till the meeting,
Dark
so
is the young or dark descent.
All right.
Been a while since I had a good cup of Joe. Didn't come in the
Speak
can.
with the nobleman and the young court. Yeah, I spoke to the woman. I guess
Pardon me.
nobleman.
Okay, so
Hi, Sam.
just after lunch, the militia arrives to pick you guys all up,
Was the sink already full again?
and they drive you over in an APC, so that way there's plenty of room for all of you. And the riot is still going on, so they definitely have to force their way through.
30 seconds is good.
They get you inside and up to the 6th floor, which is where the meeting room is.
To the Undermountain Expedition.
And once inside the room,
For
I'll bring up
Dark Moon.
an image for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't suspicious.
So, they have you seated. You've got Ike right here.
Ike Turner.
You're introduced to Dwight
Quit standing.
the Raptor
Lit up now.
Price. He is the leader of the Sky Pirates.
Okay.
Then over on the other side, you've got a couple of guards that
Yeah.
are armed with Junker Tech, and a gentleman by the name of Dr. Where'd he go? Because I can never remember his name.
Horrible.
Thugonomics.
Dr. Harrison Mitchell, the representative of the Chamber.
Where's
The
the chamber?
He's more than happy to. The Chamber. That is an organization of junkers.
Oh. Okay.
Man, you're ready to
What do you
go,
mean?
ain't you?
Whatever we want.
Okay.
And then you're also introduced to Larry Rexing, who, even though he's in a green robe there, he should be in a purple robe.
So good doomsayer, not bad
He is a doomsayer.
Look, somebody for Hungry Dave to talk to.
Oh man.
Yep. As introductions are finished, Ike then stands and what?
I would like to say that is a very beautiful table.
It's
Looks
actually
like
from
mahogany.
one of the sets that I
nice.
picked up. It's in it's from the stuff that I pulled out of Dungeon Painter Studio.
Oh, nice.
I just thought I would comment on that.
No, it
because
does- it does look
it's
super
very
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah. That looks.
See, I guess looking around to see if like there's guns and stuff concealed in the walls, would that be a search or a
That would be a
cognizant
search.
roll? Okay.
And I'm not in the room.
Oh, alright.
No, we don't like you.
Hold on. I can fix that.
So who's at the table?
I put this map together
Me and you?
before you died.
No,
Yeah.
we're on
Yes.
this.
Alright.
Oh wait,
You
we're-
two are at the table.
Oh,
You got
nice.
Templars.
Templars. Like,
The companions get the side seats.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Okay, that was 10, so probably I don't find anything.
who's green skin
No,
guy
don't
at the
see
top
him.
right?
He's not green.
This guy?
No, like right there.
This guy?
Yeah.
That is Bolitnikov.
Yeah, it's Blitnikoff, then Simon, then
Then me, then you.
He's not really green.
What?
He looks green.
This is the old art from the Cardstock Cowboys, so it's not super high quality art.
I was just saying, he looks green. He might be feeling a little under the weather.
It's not easy.
Being green.
Here's Dreadshot.
Okay.
There you go. Now you're there.
He just like popped up.
Poof. I exist.
Ike then begins the meeting with, so,
I'm sitting
As
there
you all
with my
know-
weapon across my lap.
the Combine and General Throckmorton's dictatorial tyranny is a threat to the entire West. We are all here today to discuss an alliance of sorts, an iron alliance, if you will, involving us, Junkyard,
18 in March.
our road gang allies, the Chamber, and he nods to Dr. Harrison, the
Two.
good doomsayers. I don't wish to call them heretics because that just seems derogatory. As well as the Templars. And he nods to Simon. And he goes on a very anti-Combine themed speech. And then he passes the floor to Dr. Harrison, who also picks up the theme and carries on with it, talking about how junkyards have been hunted by the Combine since day one. And they're picked up and then chipped and then forced to work for the Combine or die. Larry Rexing comes up with his little speech. And his goes along very similar lines, very anti-Combine. However, he talks about how the Doomsayers are pretty much shot on sight. Finally, Simon's turn arrives, and he stands slowly, still fatigued, clearly fatigued from the journey. And he pauses a moment, surveys the room, and he starts out with the expected anti-Combine tone. And Simon continues on with, they are clearly one of the greatest threats to humanity's future since the Great War.
Find one before you go to the store.
However, since the last war, humanity has continued to decline.
Oh, okay.
An example of this would be the road gangs.
Don't waste your good
Lots of other
words,
petty warmongers and other predators that the only difference between them and the Combine is scale. If these folks had the same assets that the Combine does, then they would be no different from the Combine. And does it make sense to slay the serpent in its nest yet ignore the viper's eggs? While I do stand against the Combine, I will not compromise the ideals of the Templars to do so. Ike immediately speaks up. What do you mean, Simon? Well, Junkyard's practice of turning a blind eye to and even protecting the road gangs is unacceptable, and that must stop before I will pledge the Templars to this alliance. As I said, the road gangs differ only from the Combine in opportunity and scope. With the might and the armament of the Combine, none of them would be any better. Ike speaks up again. Well, Simon, without the Alliance's support of the gangs, or the support of the gangs for the Alliance, we'll be without a pretty massive army. And Simon looks directly at him without emotion, says, whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And when you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. Simon then turns and leaves. Bolitnikov looks befuddled and confused and immediately hurries after him. As you guys are rising, Ike says, please, wait a moment. Can I speak to you guys?
Sure.
I'm following Simon.
You're just straight on out?
Yeah.
What about Armin?
Armin's really pissed at the Combine right now. He'll sit down.
Sits back down?
The Reverend will choose to sit down and listen to this.
Alright, well, I'll see what he has to say.
And I'm kind of just chilling out with my weapon draped
Yeah.
across my lap.
And Dennis
He's nowhere
looks
near it.
confused, like, what just happened? Ike then says, well, honestly, without Simon, we may rally the might to support to oppose the Combine, not support, to oppose the Combine.
Yeah,
But we'll never have the will.
that's not good for you.
I know you guys deal with him pretty commonly, and so he's,
I mean,
to you, just another man, albeit probably a great man in your eyes, but to you, he's probably
cottage
a
cheese,
normal man.
you name it.
But to many of the survivors across the wasted West, he's a living symbol of good. To them, he represents the hope that there is more to life than evil and suffering. We really need the Templars to join us, otherwise Throckmorton may very well rule us all. Please, go and talk to him and see if you can get him to come back to the table.
Mrs. Puppet.
I look up at him and said, well, you talk with the road gangs too, and we'll see what happens. And then I'll walk out.
What about the rest of you?
I will think on it.
Okay.
And I'll get up and walk out. At that point,
Dennis immediately follows you. What about Dave and
Well, you make a good point, but you seem pretty adamant that I don't know him all that well.
And actually, I made a mistake. He should be sitting over here. Waiting patiently.
Oh yeah, because I'm
Because
not.
he's not a companion.
Yeah,
right. And I'll go get him and
Yeah, I'm just hanging out with my
Yep.
Watching
pumping
TV.
out,
yep. I'll be like, it's over.
googling porn. I don't know.
I'm just standing at the end of the hall waiting for everyone to group up.
Okay. You guys are able to catch up with Simon, who's down at the APC waiting on you guys.
I thought we left that area. Okay.
And on the ride back, he's just sitting quietly in his seat.
Okay.
And Fred Biletnikoff looks very puzzled by what Simon did.
Does Simon offer any explanation?
What would it take? What sort of guarantees would Junkyard need to give to get you back to the table, Simon?
The removal of the gangs from their army. Unless you can come up with something better.
What if the gangs could actually be...
Used as cannon fodder for us.
No. Organized to be more than just a gang.
Like a combine?
No. No. If they were placed under,
Oh, a conglomerate.
like, Simon's leadership.
Militia,
Yes, that's the word.
bunch of untrained assholes.
It'd take a long time to get them trained up properly. There's also the distance between Boise and Junkyard to consider, too.
You said you found one?
And
But if they're serious about stopping the threat of the Combine, and is not just a set themselves up to take over the Combine and the power vacuum that they leave.
I think it might be the latter one on
Well, no, I'm-
gangsters' parts.
Right, they're road gangs. They're terrible people. But what if they're willing to change their ways?
You can try that approach, but I doubt they will.
But would that be a stipulation that we could place to get them to accept for your support?
I think we'd need more.
Okay.
I mean,
I see one. Oh, no, ain't that Chubb.
one of my problems
Ain't that-
is Ike's willingness to treat with gangers and other scum. As you know, we were assaulted by the Combine just outside of Junkyard city limits. That
Right.
corporal admitted that he heard.
And they
The
didn't
attack.
come help us.
They did not come and help us.
Okay, yeah. So, you as a Templar would recommend.
Clearly, we were willing to do what it took to put down the Combine.
Which is why they want you as the figurehead of this.
I see a problem with that word.
Yeah, I'm just now realizing like more of his stance on this. Like they want to use the name of the Templars as a figurehead or rallying point for this, and not actually take the time to understand why the Templars have the reputation that we have.
Simon, have you ever invited any of them to Boise to see your order in action?
No, if they wish to see the order in action, they should get up and come and see the order in action.
They just
The
do it
Reverend kind of
themselves.
just nods his head like, yeah, he understands completely.
Also, with the protests / riots going on in their own city,
And they
Indeed.
have support of the road gangs.
No.
Maybe we should talk to some of the people around town.
they don't really seem to be able to police themselves, let alone...
He looks over towards Susan and... Your thoughts, sister?
I support you fully.
While I appreciate that, I also appreciate your opinion. What do you think of all of this?
So stay out of the water.
I think if we can take down one big bad, then the smaller bads can be taken down after that. And sometimes it's by any means necessary.
You spent a long time with Joe, I can tell. Brother Eli,
Yes.
your honest thoughts.
Well, I'm opposed to not helping people when we can help them, but allying with road gangs that are known to cause damage and kill people, it isn't part of the God I know. That's the work of the devil. But I think we should at least give it thought and see if we can convince them to not make you a figurehead and an actual true leader of this group.
How do you mean?
Someone
It
that
was mine.
every single troop would fall behind if you step forward onto the line, if need be. Or would listen to your orders explicitly, following the Templar code as best they can. Granted, they're not Templars. I don't expect them to follow that as... I'm sure you expect me to follow them as closely as I can. What I see is it doesn't harm to actually listen to the rest of their pleas and see what they have to say. But until we know more information, I'm not willing to choose a side other than yours. Because as I see it, you're one of the best out there. The closest man to God I've seen besides other men of the cloth like myself.
Remember, we all wear cloth.
Everyone wears cloth.
It's an
Which
old
one
term.
commandment is that? Not taking the name of the Lord in vain? You may lose your powers for a day.
Jesus
I believe
Christ.
that was the player.
That was the player. That wasn't.
I will give that to the player.
That was the player itself. That is just part of my vocabulary.
You're suggesting that they make us part of their command structure.
Possibly, but I'd like to know more about how they plan to fight him in the first place. Because the Black Hats and the Combine, they are very well organized.
Indeed.
This group I've seen is not.
The next
Us?
day or so.
No, not our group.
Them.
The Junkers, the...
Also, our numbers are small.
Right, because they can't use my
They have sky ships and armorers that have a stocked where I could just walk in, put down a can of Dr. Pepper, and walk out with a pile of bullets.
That is true, but
Why do
They're-
they need the Templars beyond?
Belitnikov looks at you and says, well, I can think of one reason. How many normal soldiers can walk into a hail of bullets and come out the other side just swinging a sword?
I know one.
I can think of 3 that are very close to me at this fort, and as he looks at Dennis, that are very close to me right this moment. I saw you guys, with my own eyes, charge a machine gun. How many normal soldiers do that?
With that in mind,
So
we could also take them on ourselves.
That's true. We need to avenge Winnie.
but I
I'm
think-
not sure our numbers
current-
are great enough to take on the Combine by ourselves, but
Oh, but the point I think you're getting to is, I guess, that Templars would inspire the common soldier to a greater level of bravery and help
Bel-
take on the Combine.
Belitnikov nods. Yes, exactly.
Always, yeah.
And then
Yes, but gangers are cowards and bullies. And that's the troop that they are providing.
and Belitnikov then speaks up again. Well, yes, but from my understanding, Junkyard does have one stranglehold on them. They control the spook juice that the gangers use to fuel their vehicles.
The
Junkyard
Reverend,
is the largest manufacturer of spook juice.
the Reverend looks back at Dreadshot and says, "You've been awful quiet. I'm kind of interested in your opinion."
Top brass doesn't win wars. It's the guys with the boots on the ground.
That is very
And
true.
that's coming speaking from experience.
Guess what he's saying is actions are louder than words at this point.
Brother Dave,
Yeah.
Simon speaking again. Your thoughts on the whole situation?
There's one over here.
And as a side note, you guys noticed Simon did not ask for Dred's opinion.
Half of me.
I noticed that. That's why the Reverend asked.
And to be fair, he's not a companion, so
No.
Yeah, my opinion doesn't matter because I haven't proven myself yet.
You haven't even given us your real name.
Yeah, Blitzkopf.
Object.
What would you say to this, side?
Should we just call him Psy?
No, listen to this.
What would you say to this is what I said.
Oh, I thought you said, what would you say to this, Psy?
it did kind of sound
Like,
Yep.
like you and Simon are like above and beyond
BFF.
friends.
Side dog.
What up, Psy?
That would make Susan extremely jealous.
I was gonna get a
You're
little
about to
angry,
pimp slap me.
which is why I had you
name.
clarify first. I was gonna throw a paperclip at you.
Okay.
Here, throw the whole thing.
All right, so
Put the lid back on.
Might go through the window.
As long as the gangs are fighting the Black Hats and not hurting innocent folks, we stay off their backs for the duration of this fight.
Still working on
But
it.
if we catch them going about their gang
Ganginess?
Gangly ways.
Yes, gangliness, or
Gangly ways.
yes. Then
Thuggish
we
ways.
say they're going against the good order of the Templars and the good order of the Alliance, and we can fight them.
So you're recommending that we become kind of a police force as well within the Alliance.
Side note, just realized this, guys.
Might have to-
The Combine is not afraid of the Junkers.
No.
No, they use them.
They're afraid of us.
They're afraid of the Cult of Doom as well.
Because they attacked Skyjacker 1.
Sky Raider 1.
That's what I said.
The Reverend's just falling right behind with that.
And the moment we got off, they had that thing dead to rights to destroy it. And they pulled away.
Indeed.
Simon,
Yes, sister.
how is playing police any different than what we do on a regular basis? We choose who's right and who's wrong.
I mean,
You make a valid argument,
Is that not...
But do we have enough?
but that would make us official within the Alliance.
part of the Templar Oath is to help those who are willing to help themselves. And that's what these people are doing.
They're reaching out to the best people that they know, which is us.
On the other hand, though, it's very suspicious that that ship made it back.
No, they said the moment we left. They literally told us the moment they left, all of their
All their
pursuit
forces
and the
switched to
automatons
follow you guys.
to try to find us.
Switch to follow us.
So
Okay.
they're not
So it's
afraid
not
of
like they're-
skyjackers.
Okay,
they're
so they're not-
afraid of Simon and us.
Okay, so it didn't sound in any way like they were in cahoots
No.
No.
and trying to set us up.
No, the Black Hats just kidnap Junkers, implant chips, and use them for their own devices, and then the Junkers can't say anything to it.
Simon,
Your call at the end.
Yes.
I feel like we have given you our opinions,
Indeed.
and I believe that I kind of gesture towards me and
Armin?
what's his face over here. I don't know that I
Squire?
ever
Former squire.
former squad. Yeah, I never really learned your name. I didn't think you were gonna last that long, and kind of like
Squire boy.
purposefully gesture towards him and kind of like to those guys over there. Well, not in a mean way, but like we definitely, they probably will agree with whatever decision you make. But I feel that time is of the essence if we choose to join this allegiance. Otherwise, we might be making some severe enemies.
Indeed.
So I think
I shall think it through tonight then.
my point is a decision probably needs to be made maybe before tonight.
I'll give it thought.
Before tonight.
Either way,
You're not the Grand Master.
I'll send a message to them to let them know that we can continue in the morning.
I fear that decisions may be made before tomorrow.
I don't.
Possibly.
Shut up!
But, as you said, it is my decision and I'll need time to think on it. I'll let them know that we can meet tomorrow morning.
Is there really gonna be much thinking in like your sleep?
If
He
you
may
say-
not sleep. He may not be able to get to sleep.
I want a decision now.
This is a big decision. He can't make a decision right now.
This is a
something-
fairly large decision that only encompasses the fate of the entire Wasted West.
Like, That's a lot of weight to choose on one man's shoulders.
It's
And you can wait to have your
Yes,
scroll
he's
at the
the
end
head
of the
Templar.
tour.
Besides, don't you need to be checking on Cole right about now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he looted your room while you weren't looking.
Cole wouldn't do that to me.
Now, black
Maybe he checked to see if you had a couch.
I mean, to be fair,
Was it a
the
blackout?
idea of the
Because he
Templars
is.
came about when Simon saw a law dog sell her life to no avail. She protected a town that wasn't worthy.
liking me tonight.
So, yeah, Cole probably would leave you hanging like that.
I said Cole wouldn't steal from me.
No,
He'll just leave you hanging, though.
he'll just leave you hanging like that.
I don't know what you mean.
Hot dogs give no shits.
All right, so
I'm not planning on hanging myself.
you guys get back to the hotel. Simon heads straight up to his room. Are you guys going to do anything special for the evening?
Hang out in the lobby.
No.
Relax a little bit.
See if Pat got
Yeah,
any news
yeah.
for me.
It's still not good.
And then before Simon goes up, I wanted to talk to him privately and just let him know that whatever his decision, I support it.
He nods.
Not all fruit
Thank you.
for you either.
Yeah, maybe we can make a trip.
Brown
to
noser!
No, this was in the lobby. You guys could see me. Not like I was trying to. Just letting him know.
Well, maybe we can make a visit to the library, learn about Morlocks.
No, I'm good.
So,
I don't like it.
I need to find out what Pat found out first.
I'm not a good
Pat
person,
comes and
you know.
sits down at the table with you. He's clearly off duty now. And
Yep.
he looks disturbed.
What'd you find out, buddy?
Well, I mean, I had to go and see my friend, and
Apple.
it cost me a favor or two, but you know, I mean, that.
A blowy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you gotta watch
He
your
said that, and this kind of bothers me to tell you guys this, but apparently somebody painted on the wall in Flower's blood a cross. And that whoever attacked him used his own buzzsaw hand against him, as well as their claws.
Are you gonna survive a little bit longer?
Looks like
What do you write on the wall?
Okay, let me go.
Just a red cross.
I'll lose sight, but I'll get back with you.
Oh, anything else?
yeah,
Wait, a buzzsaw hand? Are they sure it was
Yeah.
like that's not a regular buzzsaw hand?
well, I mean,
Or-
Flowers had a buzzsaw hand.
Oh, okay.
And Joey said that it didn't look like there were any defensive wounds on him, which was really weird because Flowers was a big guy. A big guy. It just. And Joey wouldn't go into much more detail, but it shook him, so that kind of bothers me.
Okay. Well, thanks for digging in. I'm sorry it bugged you. Here. And I throw him 2 Twinkies. Go ahead and throw that one to Joey. Maybe you could get some of your favors back. Or take it for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Red Cross, that sounds like Templars, I'm coming for you.
1 second. Let Pat go. We need to see Blitnikov. And I'm rocking right up to Blitnikov's door and cop knocking it.
So before you head up, let me go talk with the doctor I know, and I'll be at the hospital if you need me. So I'm going to head over to the hospital.
Well, we might
Okay.
want you around tonight.
I'll be back before. I'm not staying all night like I did.
Okay.
So you head up to Fred's room,
Yep.
knock on the door.
Yep.
He opens it. Yes, what can I help you with, brother?
Whatever was in Boise followed us here.
I wouldn't go that far.
No. That's a symbol. I looked down at my tabard. A cross in red painted in dude's blood on the wall.
That was weird.
He was surgically cut.
And then a few minutes.
No defensive
later,
wounds.
There you are.
This is truly disturbing.
Like, I asked discreetly and just asked out of morbid curiosity being a Templar, but whatever it was there has followed us. So, you care to let us know what you know?
Well, come on in. Any motions for you guys to come in? Is
Who are we
everybody
going to see?
other than...
Bolitnikov.
Okay.
Are you going with him, Susan?
Because his interest in the occult.
I'm hanging out down in the hotel lobby.
Where's Simon?
In his room.
Simon's in his room.
What is this the next day? I'm sorry. I
No,
lost
it's the
track.
same evening.
Same evening. Okay.
I'm enjoying my freedom on board.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna stand guard outside of Simon's.
Okay.
I'm quite concerned that he is not making a decision faster than he would like, and that these guys are gonna turn on us
78.
quickly.
That would seem sort of counter to their interests, but it's not an impossible suggestion.
So, like, but if Simon doesn't answer them in the affirmative,
I don't think they would be stupid enough to attack Templars. Out of character.
I feel like they.
I mean, the people attack Templars all the time. That's why the body count's so high.
I don't know. I am worried because Simon is also in a weakened state.
It's fair.
Okay. So you're taking
Am I
up a
allowed
guard
to-
position outside of Simon's room.
I want an answer. Maybe I'm like this on the door. What's he saying?
He's not saying anything. He's in there by
Is it
himself.
a yes, Simon, or a no, Simon?
What
away, Susan!
Simon says.
What does Simon say?
What about Dreadshot?
He's drinking.
Hanging out in the hotel lobby drinking.
Okay.
He's enjoying the
So
amenities.
it's just Dave and
Armin.
Armin.
Yeah.
And like I said, he motions for you guys to come in. He
Two of the people who have a very
motions
big
to a
interest
chair,
in
or to a
random
couple of
occulty
chairs.
things.
Yeah.
and he sits down and says, "Well, I've done a lot of research on this in my time at Boise. And honestly, do you know the tale of how Simon became a Templar?"
Saw a law dog throw down his life for a cause, and then
That's how it started, yes. So, right after the bombs fell, Simon was pretty much lost. He didn't know what to do. His parents, who lived in Boise, died in the bomb. He didn't have any family. And so he was just wandering the West when he went to the town that you're speaking of, and he saw a law dog by the name of Jenny Heiss throw her life away. The town promised to help her fight off some road gangs. The road gangs showed up. They attacked. The town pretty much closed the gates and locked her out with the road gangs, and she died. As you know, Jenny is one of the martyrs.
Right.
She is one of the saints. Simon traveled some more, and apparently in a wounded state, he was attacked by some walking dead at a gas station he was scavenging at. His gun ran dry before they passed back into the beyond, and he found a crowbar that he used as a weapon, took down. And that's when he learned one of the most important lessons that the Order teaches: always have a good melee weapon. Sometime later, before he actually started the Order itself, he did clean up the temple in Boise, made it his home base, and then he ended up outside of Boise, where when dealing with some of the local townsfolk in near Boise, which used to be the settlement, he discovered that people were being possessed. And after setting up a trap where people were dying to weird accidents, he did see that one of the people involved, their eyes glowed green. Now, Doc Schwartz, a junker who used to live in Boise, created a device to track this energy down. And Joe, Simon, Aaron, and Doc Schwartz all left. You guys recognize all the names, I'm certain,
Right.
except for Doc Schwartz. The 3 first Templars. They followed everything,
Sounds fine.
tracked it down. They had an encounter with an old wise woman. Simon never talks much about that. However, they found out that the creature that was doing this, staying in a canyon known as Hell's Canyon, up in Idaho.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever get the chance to name a place, pick something nice, because it seems like all the dark names have some dark thing attached to it now. But they found the creature that was controlling these people and causing them to kill other people. And it was a demon by the name of Baphomet.
Oh, Pathman.
Baphomet.
Academia cult.
Sure.
Academia, that's the deep.
I got a 5.
Let's see, 12 plus 5 is 17.
Baphomet is a greater demon. He's a demon of possession, of control, bending others to his will type of deal. One of the big bads. Not on the level of the Reckoners, the 4 Horsemen, but he is definitely up there in the level of combat.
So like one of those guys where the only way to kill him is to smack them upside the head with a loofah that's been blessed by the Pope under a full moon.
Possibly. I mean, you don't know how to kill him.
Okay, so
But
You gotta have him.
Simon faced him with the help of Aaron, Doc Schwartz, and Joe. Unfortunately, Doc Schwartz died in the crossfire. Some of the cultists that followed the demon got him. At the time, Baphomet was possessing a little girl.
The game.
Simon managed to force him out of the girl's body, struck a blow that shattered the demon's true form, and that's what people believed was the end. But I don't think it was. All of these murders they match up too well to Baphomet's MO. I think the demon might still be around, although where, I don't know. But it's got to be close for it to keep killing people in Simon's vicinity.
you said something that struck me. You said killed his physical form.
Yes.
Ghosts exist.
Yes.
So
Oh, so like do
Demon
demons have
ghosts.
I mean, demons by their very nature are not corporeal. I mean,
So then killing a physical form does what?
would have driven it back to the hunting grounds.
Okay. And could it have come back?
After a certain amount of time, if what I understand of demonology, possibly, yes.
And has it been enough time?
It's been 10 years, so maybe. I mean, I know there was one. Can't remember the demon's name, but it supposedly could only do its thing every 66 years.
But we don't know what Baphomet's time limit is.
No, we don't know what Baphomet's time is.
So
It is possible that it is
26 years.
Baphomet. And like I said, everything screams of Baphomet's modus operandi.
okay. How do we kill a demon ghost?
That I don't know.
What's the library have to say about it?
I mean, it varies from one thing to the other. It would be no different than killing a
A giant of mythology?
no,
Because I need to kill one of
a
those. too.
servitor.
Oh.
Probably a very specific way. Like when you face down, or when Susan faced down Brad Modine,
Right.
he was clearly a servitor, and the only way to kill him was in a duel with Julia Aiken's sword.
Okay. So how do we find out how to kill Baphomet?
I can keep looking, and you guys can keep looking as well, but for now, our first priority should be the talks.
Right, but demon ghost followed us murdering people.
And if he follows his normal modus operandi, it'll probably be a little while before he tries again.
I'll be right back.
But before it was only on full moons? This was not a full moon last night. There's an escalation.
Believe me, I know. But without any way to track him, we don't have Doc Schwartz, and Doc Schwartz was the only one who understood the technology he built.
Oh, maybe another junker here could build something like that?
Possibly, but it's going to cost us.
How much?
I don't know.
Okay.
Favors.
Well, let's hit up some spooky junkers.
I'm gonna go to the library.
Okay.
Because this dude knew a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's the librarian's job, so.
He's also had a more steady connection to the Grand Library than what the cop has.
That's a fair point. Okay.
I'm also. Where are you at?
I'm at the hospital.
Oh, well,
as-
then I'm not gonna go find you.
yeah.
Okay.
He did tell you he was going to the hospital this time.
Yeah, you,
Okay, but
Right,
Red
but-
Shot, you are down in the lobby,
Yep,
so
hanging out.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, hey, can you go grab Eli?
yeah.
I have a question that he might know the answer to, being a man of the Christian God.
Hi.
Anything happening at Simon's door?
Nope.
Any noise inside?
Did you
Some
find
snoring.
anything?
He's sleep thinking.
He is
He's
beat
sleeping on it.
down.
Yeah.
I would just like to say I told him so. He
But
wasn't.
you did know that, or you do know that he did send word that he was willing to meet them in the morning.
that's more than he was willing to have when we left the meeting there.
And you know Simon to be very stubborn.
Okay,
Oh.
I want to go to Shadow's Horde.
I don't think he taught her that.
You think?
Not at all.
I might camp out here tonight.
Just
Sleep in the hall.
I'm kind of upset with Simon right now.
Don't say nothing
I'll
about
grab
Banker
Eli and bring him back to the hotel.
or Banker dude.
No, I told you to bring him to the library. Because that's where I'm heading.
Yep.
Nope, I have no clue where either of those places are.
You know anything about
We go back to the hotel and find out where the library is.
He's just gonna go back to the hotel and
Yep.
Baphomet.
Baphomet.
That's
Bathmat.
Baphomet. He's the only one I remember because we call him Baphomet.
Yeah, so I was
well,
first.
yeah. This is 2 games that you've had to deal with Baphomet in,
Well, this is the second.
because Baphomet is in the Demon Lords in Galarian for Pathfinder.
True.
I remember seeing that.
True
Yep.
story.
So you guys make your way back to the library, and he's more than happy to see you. Looks like he's closing up as you guys arrived. Oh, come in, come in.
Yep.
How's Fred?
Good. He's good.
Excellent, excellent.
He's working on a puzzle.
What is this puzzle?
Killing a demon. Greater demon.
That
That is a puzzle we all struggle with.
I can put a query to the library's computers, but I don't know how long it will take to return results.
Well, if you do that,
I mean, Google takes like 0.002 seconds.
You're not there.
yeah, you're camping out.
Yeah, I don't think we've been around. Well, I might have been around Google as a kid, so.
I use Lugal.
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 So he makes his way over to a terminal, and
Tap with the
he
toaster.
types in a password, and then he stops and stares at it for a second, and he never hits enter, and then it goes through. I'll send the request in, but like I said, I don't know how long, and I'm not even sure when they'll receive it.
Imagining the search
Okay.
No,
browser
it's like,
back
that's
in
all we can
Microsoft
ask.
too.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything dealing with greater demons here.
Drat.
I only recently saw Wreck-It
They
Ralph.
won all
too.
that stuff at the big library.
I don't know that I've seen Wreck-It Ralph. But they go in and the guy's
Just to be
sitting there
safe.
and
Right.
We don't want that type of information falling into the wrong people's hands.
Right.
He's Google. Well,
By the way,
Huh.
I forgot to mention it earlier. Any books you find, I will happily buy them off of you.
Okay.
Noted.
And we can get a
We're
bottle.
always looking to expand our library.
Makes sense.
Up the steps waiting on you.
You're not killing me to sell the Bible.
And Midas is excited to go outside.
Yep.
Any idea if there's a doctor in town who could make a device to track a demon?
That's a tough one. That's very specific.
Anybody who worked with Dr. Schwartz, who moved to Boise.
Unfortunately, I don't know of anybody that would have.
That was worth a question. But it looks like you were closing up, so we'll let you get back to doing what you were doing.
Thank you.
Fresh face.
And did you guys accomplish anything at the Accords today?
They continue tomorrow.
Yeah. Things like that typically take longer.
You might not want that either.
Oh, have a good night, friends.
You do the same. Head to the hospital to kind of try to cut you guys off.
Well, it depends how long it takes you to get to the library. Because I was the front desk for the hospital, and then I sent Eli to the library. And
Yep.
then I'm just going back to the hotel.
That's fair.
Alright.
See if we pass Eli.
Make sure I've got his name.
Like a birdie.
Cutie.
All right.
Meet the worshipers.
So you guys eventually match back up with Reverend Eli. And what are you guys going to do?
What do you know about demons?
I can't pronounce it anyway.
Revelations.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Depends on the demon.
Baphomet.
How much you back in the jungle?
Cult roll to see what I know about Baphomet.
Yep.
This is where I need you to roll like a 74.
Yeah, no.
He rolled
4.
He rolled 2d4.
Gotta gather.
I got a 4 altogether. I'm assuming not much. I know it's a greater demon.
What
You
do
know
they?
he's a greater demon.
What do they teach you people at this God school?
What do you
There was
Sorry,
no
it's
school.
not Doc Schwartz. Doc Schwartz is the lead junker in Junkyard. It's Doc Young.
Doc Young. Okay, well,
That's my bad.
he still didn't know who he was.
Okay.
Like, what do they teach you in God school?
There's one in the
There's
book
no
of
school. He just get
Revelations,
called.
Well, then call him and ask him how to kill this demon.
All right. I go up to her room, start praying on how to kill a demon, and go to bed.
Okay.
Well, I remember there's one demon in the Bible. There's that his butt's a dragon, and that's where he gets his power from. So if you cut his butt off, maybe you kill him.
That sounds like a fucking
What kind of
fairy
Bible you been
story.
reading?
That sounds like a fairy tale.
All right.
Like, I've got to kill a demon. I've got to kill a god. Like, this is becoming a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
The next morning, after you guys get some rest. Actually, no, not the next morning.
Right.
Let me double check.
Yep, I'm doing my same sleeping arrangement.
Well, let's keep
All right.
watches since we know that the demon Baphomet is after us.
So, are you staying outside of Simon's room all night?
Yes.
Are you going to try and stay awake?
I'm going to try.
All right.
I probably will not succeed.
That calls for a vigor check.
Drink lots of coffee.
Vigor.
Coffee has no effect after you are addicted to the caffeine.
Explains why I drink so much of it.
6.
You were able to stay awake. For the rest of you, what watch order are you guys taking?
Watch order.
You said something about a watch.
Yeah, I was suggesting we keep watches. Seeing as the greater demon of possession is coming after us.
That's true.
Like, maybe 2 of us take the first half of the night, 2 of us
Yeah.
take the next half?
Don't bunk solo, because that's the thing is grabbing people by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see somebody with glowing green eyes, shoot first and ask questions later.
Yep.
Unless it's a Doomy. I don't know. Do Doomy's eyes glow green?
Oh yeah.
They
Okay.
all glow green when they use
When they
powers.
start casting their miracles, yeah.
Well, then, if it's a... I don't know.
If they're wearing a purple robe and have glowing green eyes, don't
All right.
shoot,
So are you guys
otherwise-
setting up a watch for the other 4 of you?
Yep.
What order are you guys going in?
I'll go with the good Reverend, and I'll leave Dreadshot with Dave, so that we have some firepower with the...
Split the night in half.
Yep.
So we have double D.
Yeah, so we have the firepower
All right.
to cover our not
Right
firepower
around
knowledge.
midnight, this would still be the Reverend and Armin. I need the Reverend, Armin, and Susan to all make cognition checks.
Does-
Dave and Dreadshot can both make them as well, but with a -10.
I got a 4.
I got a 2.
I got a 12.
8.
Glad someone can hear something.
-5.
Nice.
Armin and Reverend
Yeah, 18.
Eli. Both of you hear what sounds like a short scuffle, followed by a heavy thump coming from a room around the corner.
Heading to that room.
Yep.
As you guys turn the corner,
Are they?
huh?
Do I see them?
You see them bolt down the hall and turn a corner.
I'll follow.
And as you guys come around the corner and you're looking around trying to find the sign, find the source of the sound, all 3 of you need to make another cognition check. Actually, make this a search roll because you're actively looking.
12.
Yeah.
7.
Now I get the aces.
Jesus.
Ben's gonna find it. He's got a buttonhound nose.
There we go. So that was
19.
19. Thank you, Nick.
Reverend Eli,
Yep.
you notice the door to a cleaning closet. There's blood flowing out from underneath it.
I draw my 9mm
And
point.
that's
Ah.
when we'll pick up next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do I notice it?
No, that was a highest roll type of deal.
That's no fun.
All right, so next stream is Saturday night when we get back to Age of Ashes. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Are we getting any